Hello, whoa, hello everybody, and welcome back to What's the Obsession True Crime on this Friday night. What's the Obsession date night? And I'm so glad you guys could join us here tonight. So everybody, come on in. We would love for you to share your views and opinions with us of this case and all the other cases we talk about on this channel. We just ask that you remain respectful to the victims, to their family members, and of course to each other. I know it's so silly. We should just know that anyway. We do know that anyway, but sometimes it just helps to put that out there up front. And we usually have a great time having a really probative, in-depth conversation on this channel without being, disrespectful. So, and I'm really proud of all of us for being able to do that because a lot of channels can't do that. A lot of people can't do that. So good job to all of us. So welcome, Nilda, Trailer Trish, Barbie. Nice to see you guys. Pepper. So glad you're here, Nilda. I haven't seen you in a while. I know we kind of keep missing each other. And Carrie, I'm so glad you're back here. Carrie was up on panel last night when we went over the highlights of the Idaho State versus Bryan Kohberger preliminary hearings in the pretrial phase of Bryan Kohberger's long journey towards a trial to face the charges of first-degree murder ×4 and burglary, felony burglary. And it was very, very interesting. Carrie had a lot of great things to say. I'm so glad that she's here again with us tonight. And she also, I haven't even been able to dig into that email yet, Carrie. I can't freaking wait. With your permission, I think I'm going to make a video about it. Carrie apparently is a really good researcher, and she's dug up some dish on Jen Soto, and maybe you want to tell people about that since you're the one that found it. But welcome. So glad you're back. And Pepper, I think I already said hello, but thank you for everything you do. And McJames, so glad you're here. Thanks for supporting the channel. Susan, Peter, Edward, I don't know if you're still here, but it's always wonderful to have you. Matt, great to see you. Haven't seen you all too. I've been thinking about you. Miss you. Hope that you're well, and I'm so happy you're here. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, please say hello, and I will definitely try to say hello back. So as many of you might know, this week there has been some new still body cam footage released by the powers that be, the courts, law enforcement, through FOIA acts. And actually, wow, imagine this. Plunder or the docket were not the people who obtained this particular body cam footage. And, in a way, it's like, oh, yeah, more police body cam footage of freaking dirtbag Stefan Stearns and that crazy cuckoo Jen Soto. Great. But, this was really a big deal in my mind because what this third body cam video evidence of their behavior, of their demeanor, of their words and their actions in the first 24 hours of Madeline Soto missing, we now have 3 recordings of Jen and Stefan repeating the canned narrative. And now, when I say narrative, that's not exactly right because, I'm going to point it out to you. We might have a special guest coming on who is another behavioral specialist, but who specializes particularly in body language, and that should be very interesting. But before we get to looking at the newer stuff, and maybe you've already seen it, I want to try to bring a nuanced perspective to all of this here because the story of Jen Soto is really coming together, quite well. We see you, Jen Soto. We see you, just like we see District Attorney Rourke, just like we see Bryan Kohberger and his smiley attorney. Remember that? And all these other people who are doing bad things and trying to get away with them. Jen Soto, we see you. And Stefan Stern, ain't no doubt about that. You're going down. Good. We're all happy about that, right? So I want to take a look back first at some of the first interaction that Stefan Stearns and Jen Soto had with law enforcement when they went to Jen Soto's mother, Yolanda's place of work, and just kind of like take that in a little bit. So this is the first time law enforcement interacted with Stefan and Jen, and this is the first time anyone in the world got to see them respond to Maddie being missing. So let me just bring that in here. And I hope you guys are all having a great night. I hope you're looking forward to a great weekend. And I hope you had a great week. And we're still in the new year, so happy new year. I hope you're making the most of it. this is it. Okay. Hey, Suze Valentino, how you doing? Great to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you made it too.
My daughter.
Oh, and everybody who's here, if you could please hit like, maybe share the video. We are a very, very small group for our Friday night live stream and chat, and that's awesome. I'm happy if it's just you guys. I want everybody who's here right now to talk and be an important part of the conversation. But I just have a feeling our friends are not getting my channel's notifications because that, you all know YouTube, whether you have a channel or not, you know how it goes. Sometimes that happens, and it's looking like behind the scenes they're not getting it. So I just want to give them a chance. I want to give everybody a chance to get in here and chat with all of us if they want to.
Was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it.
Madeline Soto went missing last February, the day after her 13th birthday party at her grandma's house in Kissimmee, Florida. There we go. Her mother, Jennifer's long-term boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, age 37, was arrested 2 days before Maddie's body was found and appears to have done the unthinkable. One good look at his arrest affidavit is enough to make any sensible person feel absolutely sick to their stomach, guys. It is freaking disgusting. The initial affidavit does not include the possibility that he was the one who also claimed Maddie's life. It took nearly 2 months from the day Madeline disappeared to Stearns finally being charged with first-degree murder. He is currently awaiting his first trial, the CSAM trial, which is almost sure to land in a conviction. I mean, it's absolutely gotta land him a conviction. Because guys, if you haven't heard, wait till you hear about the pile of disgusting, despicable evidence that stands against this man, this monster. Madeline disappeared on February 26th, less than 1 week after her 13th birthday. It's believed that she was killed after her party on Sunday evening or in the early morning hours of Monday. Just released on June 5th, 2024, is the Bodycam video. And by the way, that timeline and I made this video right after this particular video we're looking at here. This first one was released, obviously. But as we're getting all this new information, some documents just came out as well. And that timeline that we kind of knew very little of officially about what happened to Maddie and what happened to the cover up and everything after Maddie's precious, super meaningful life that was never given enough value was lost. That timeline is really starting to come together, and it's making that, we see you, Jen. Look at her looking at us. She's like, oh shit, they see me. Yeah, we see you, Soto. We see you. Madeline's mother, Jen Soto, in the police station reporting that Madeline was missing. Take a look at this video. Again, just released.
Of course. Do they speak English?
Yes, this is Mom.
This is Mom? Okay. Hi there.
Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to school.
I'm sorry, 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So pay really close attention. Okay. Because, I mean, I think you know this. You've already picked up on the repetition. You've heard other people talk about it. But, guys, seriously, pay close attention. It is astonishing, okay? So he's like, so what happened? So my daughter went missing since this morning. She never made it to school after he dropped her off to school. And her teachers and friends said, and listen carefully.
Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking for another kid or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
Alright, so people are still on the scene. Let's put that out. Any possible location. How old?
I'm trying to get there right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here, because sometimes she'll walk here to this office.
Mm-hmm.
I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madeline. Last name?
Soto. Soto.
Soto.
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27, 2000.
22nd,
Oh, sorry. 22nd,
2011.
2011.
Just had her 13th birthday.
13.
1418 Charlie Worldwide. What's the name of the single aid?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now. What was she last seen wearing?
26 County Charlie Worldwide. People hit my phone 931 at the same call.
Green hoodie,
Green hoodie,
white Crocs,
white Crocs,
either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts?
Yeah.
black shorts. Okay. Black shorts. All right. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
She does, but she doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where she lives. Okay.
I asked all of them.
Okay. Is this like, does she like have any places that you guys know that she'll usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Typically,
No.
Not typically. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Let me see if I get some.
thank you.
No problem. And what school she goes to?
Hunters Creek Middle School.
Hunter's Creek Middle. All right. Cool. 125. Do you have a picture of her? Can you airdrop it to me?
Yeah, I know. Let me see which picture. I don't know which picture.
With you recently, probably from a birthday party, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't there, so I have to look at. What's up? Me again.
Go ahead. That's what I'm about to grab right now. Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you.
Is this a good enough picture, or do you need a whole
Yeah,
body
that's
picture?
¿Cómo así? Dime, que estoy con ella.
How do I airdrop? I don't know how to do it.
I got you. Okay, where's the photo? Right there.
It's on WhatsApp.
That's fine.
I saved it to my photos, so you.
You saved it to your post?
Yeah, we can just
Perfect.
go straight to photos.
Okay, perfect. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm gonna send it out right now.
That night, the very night that Madeline went missing, Stephen Stern was active on the app Telegram, which is notorious for its end-to-end encryption. That means you can communicate with others on it essentially anonymously, and there is nearly zero possibility of your conversations being tracked or commemorated. Madeline was reported to have been missing since Stearns dropped her off near her school.
Okay, I'm going to move.
But
To it. I just want to hear them right now.
Which may have been Stephen Stearns is visiting. There was a
Through.
Okay, so could you not have done that after you dropped her off?
I could have, but I also like to come back in from the back gate a lot of the times, and I didn't know if I would be back right away.
Here, wait. I'm just moving for a little more here.
leaders were able to recover. Man, imagine first arrest affidavit, counts of sexual battery. It was a piece.
Way, reference A 21 to a vehicle. Doing local, reference A 21 to a vehicle.
I think
Going
black
to be
shorts.
an unknown male, gray hoodie, black pants, black ski mask, black gloves. No further information, 1064. Thank you for attention.
And when was the last time you seen her? Do you know around what time?
Around 8:30, 8:40 when we dropped her off.
How tall is she?
5'1",
Weight,
110 pounds.
110, 112.
hair color,
Blonde, like that. Dirty blonde.
like a dirty blonde. Okay. Eye color.
Blue.
Does she have any markings on her, like any scars or
She
anything
has
like that?
a distinctive beauty mark on her face
On
here.
her face.
On the face, like below the nose or near the nose.
Yeah, like right in that area there. It's very distinctive. You'd know it if you saw it. Big.
Any other scars or anything like that? We should know.
Scars.
No.
Tattoo.
No.
You'd be surprised. Did you put out the description?
I put the top part out. I didn't get the rest of that stuff yet, so I need to put it out.
County 34 updated 14 white female.
Can I just see that phone?
Black shorts, white front side, possibly 5'19", blonde, dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, has a beauty mark under the nose. There we go.
I'm getting a random 407 number. Hello? Yes? Hi, Principal. I'm okay. How are you? No, her police officer's here right now.
Get started in the
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find her
paperwork. Does she have any social media or anything like that?
She has Instagram.
right here.
It is
Just family,
Thank you
cousins.
so much. I definitely appreciate it.
Right here.
That's her profile?
Yeah.
Little pig.
She also has a YouTube page.
Okay. Any Snapchat or?
Games, right? She
Let me get
plays
that.
games.
Shit, no, that's
Rest in peace, sweet Maddie. Let's find justice for Madeline Soto. Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus. Okay. Can you hear me? Yes, let's do that, Kelly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So in this very first interview here, this first interaction that Stefan Stearns and Jen Soto have with law enforcement, hey, Kylie, how you doing? Welcome to our new team. And I'm so glad you guys are here. Please hit the like, feel free to share. And I'm so glad you guys are here. Please join in the conversation. They lay all of the groundwork here in these very first few seconds, minutes of the world's interaction with them after Maddie was missing to know everything that we need to know about everything else they are going to say publicly, forthcoming, whether it be true or not. And this is going to lead us to some very interesting twists and turns, right? So just you can write in chat there or whatever you want, or if you want to come up, let me know. I can put the link up. What did you guys notice? Is there anything that stood out to you? And there's a reason we're going through this activity, guys. Hey, honey bun, how are you? What stood out to you guys about their behavior in this first interaction with law enforcement? Was Kylie's got the one that was really standing out to me here. Hi, Principal. How are you? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. One thing that is highlighted right away, and that's not just the first time in this first interaction body cam video with law enforcement, is Jen Soto's unusual and completely abnormal and seemingly unnatural for most of us ability to flip the switch so quickly, particularly in response to somebody who could be a threatening figure to her, but at that current moment is giving her like a positive affirmation in her mind, you know, that everything's going to be okay. Not that we're going to find your daughter. No, because everything is going to be okay. Strangely enough, to this mother is not. It's going to be okay. We're going to find your daughter. To this mother, to Jen Soto, everything is going to be okay. Is don't worry, girl. We're not going to put you on the hook for this one. Okay. So we have to keep that in mind because we see that same theme play time and time again. And I think it's going to be a key to her eventually being charged. God, pray, you know, I still have, like, I don't talk to them all the time, but those people down in Florida that felt, we talked about this right before Christmas, for certain we talked about, we can refer back to the video. I don't want to get into all that again, but that she was going to have some charge put on her before Christmas, and that never happened. And I wasn't like, oh yeah, obviously that's going to happen because these people say so. But I got kind of hopeful. And then I got also even more angry about the possibility of that not happening. But anyway, I don't want to digress too much. But okay, so Nilda says, I love it, Kaylee. Kylie. I'm so sorry if I call you Kaylee. Again, I told you my good friend's name is Kaylee. You are always, every time like I pose a question like that, I just look in chat, I see your name, and like you have the answer that's in my mind. It's so crazy. And if you guys don't know, yes, we're birthday twins. Okay, so Nilda says to the question, what do you notice about their behavior? Or if you want to qualify, we could say weird ass, not appropriate behavior in that first interaction with law enforcement. Nilda says, no emotion, smiling, swing, no remorse, no tears. Chris Watts all over again. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, Chris Watts does do the swing. It's very Chris Watts-esque, isn't it? It is. Yeah, absolutely. How you doing, honey bun? So glad you're here. Honey bun, do you have a Instagram or TikTok little channel where you put like little funny videos up? Is that you? It's just somebody. It says it's somebody who's I'm connected to as a friend, but I keep thinking it's you, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Pepper says worse than Watts, in my opinion. Watts didn't send his girls to bed with a predator. Well, you know, hey man, Pepper, you got a point there, my friend. You got a point there. Let's see here. You only know part of the story. Hey, well, stick with us. I'm gonna try to recap as much as possible as we go along. It's bad. It's bad, Suze Valentino. So Carrie says, Stefan Stearns responding to questions asked to the mother. Oh yeah, okay. That's another one, Carrie, too. You know what? I'm gonna put, I know that Carrie, I don't know if you want to come back up on panel again tonight. I'd love to have you. I know Kylie, you said that you would like to. I'm gonna put the link in chat right now. If you guys do want to come up so we can have a conversation rather than just me talking in my kind of stuffy nose hoarse voice here. You know, it's super sexy and probably wonderful to listen to, but you know, 'tis a season. It's been negative degrees here for like almost 5 days consecutively now. And the lowest temperature was negative 18 degrees. Negative 18 degrees. All y'all in Australia, sit down for a minute. Negative 18 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's not even wind chill. That's real temperature, man. It's brutal. If you are in upstate New York or Wisconsin, or I saw Pepper said West Virginia, Susan said there's still snow in South Carolina from Tuesday or something, and you see any animals that are out there and they are looking distressed, please help them if you can, please. This is the kind of weather where they need it. They need it. You know, they are the most vulnerable among us and they need us right now. So I think this is an okay time to take care of a stray. I don't think it's always advisable for their own good, but right now they need us. So oh, I'm sorry. Here's the stream. You're like, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Nilda says, and Jen staring at her cell. Yeah. And that is another thing that runs through all of them, except for the interview with Fox News, which we're going to play because that's weird as fuck too. But yeah, good point. And then Carrie says, yeah, good point, man. Yeah. What's she looking for? Yeah. I mean, you're freaking Matt. Look at how beautiful Maddie is. What a wonderful child. I mean, just imagine if one of us could have taken her in as a foster child and then maybe into our families and taken care of her and loved her and paid attention to her and acknowledged her and saw her as a beautiful child and human being the way that people should have. Everyone should have around her, but nobody did. Just imagine. It's just so unthinkable. Oh God. Horrible. Yeah, God. Ugh. Yeah. Sorry. I mean, it's one of those cases. Pepper says, oh, Sue, yeah, we'll get to that, but I'll read this. Sue, she claimed to need good rest, so she asked Maddie to sleep upstairs on a different floor than her. She lived in a condo her dad owned, had 4 bedrooms, labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hers was the only one downstairs. There was I don't know. There were a couple there. I think they were on floors 2 and 3. I don't know, but she told her daughter to go sleep with this disgusting, greasy man who doesn't ever even shower, acts like a child, can't hold down a job, makes no money, mooches off of his parents, makes no money, is living with them, mooches off Jen Soto's disability because that's the only way she makes money. Nothing against disability. If you really need it, that's what it's there for. But we know that Jen Soto has a history, and thanks in part to Carrie, thank you, of, just being a fraudulent human being in greater society to get by while doing as little as possible, I guess, except for running her schemes and sending her daughter, who is ages anywhere from verified 9 or 8 to 13, to sleep alone in a single bed behind a closed door in a room that has a steel lock on the inside that cannot be opened from the outside, with a disgusting man. Has nothing in a room for a little girl, but there is a GAT, a tripod, a camera, at least on the phone, and some Solo cream, which is masturbation cream. Yeah, that's what Jen Soto did to her daughter. Yep. Good Lord. Okay. Yeah, bad. Just to sum it up. So again, here I'm going to label this as link to panel, and I'm going to pin it. And if Kylie, Carrie, if you want to come up at any time, you can. If anyone else wants to come up, just let me know. And yeah, come on up and join the conversation. Link to panel, and here it is. Oh my God, I'm so mad. I'm like murdering my keyboard. You're like ding, ding, ding. All right, I gotta come down on that. All right. Calm down, Cal. Calm down. You can do it. Calm down. All right, let me just pin it up to the top. There we go. All right. I'm calmer now. Thank you. Let's see. Honeybun says she didn't even have the decency to say she is not doing well. She instead says, I'm okay, or whatever it is. Oh, when the principal calls, hi, principal, how are you? Yeah. Oh, I'm not doing so great. No, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm great. I know, it's weird. Kylie says, well, for starters, Casey Anthony better watch out. Jen's coming for whatever title that is. Bad Girls Club, Orange County, Florida edition. I seriously don't care if you say my name wrong. No. Sorry. Well, okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I'll stop apologizing then. Aw. Let's see. So it is you, Sarah. You're funny. Oh my God. Or Honey Bun. Sorry. Sue Valentino said, that has to be something out of a nightmare for a child. Exactly, Suze. Exactly. Yeah. 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 Pretty Bird says, I'd be more upset than her about a pet running away. Exactly. Hi, Amanda Hughes. How are you doing? Welcome. Great to see you. Let's see. Oh, I don't care. You can cuss all you want, Carrie. This case is cussable. I mean, you know, I don't know if you caught what I said about which Stefan Stearns at the end of last night's video, but it was pretty vulgar. And it wasn't even about this case. And I don't mean to be vulgar, but I mean, he is a vulgar man. And for those of you who don't know, you know, oh God, it's going to be said again as we go over some material. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Annabelle. Great point. Thank you. Annabelle says she preferred Madeline. Yes, she preferred Madeline. So we're going to call her Madeline. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. Yeah. So we're going to call her Madeline. That's a really important point because we want to honor her completely. Hey, Angel Kennedy, how are you doing? Welcome. Awesome. That's great, Carrie. Whenever you want, come on up. Okay. Why is Susan? Yeah. Susan, oops. Chat just moved for me. Oh, Suze Valentino. Stu says, was this guy paying the mother to sleep with this child? Well, Suze, I think you're on to something. I don't know if it was like, hey, I'm going to pay you $50 tonight to sleep with your kid, you know, but, oh gosh, maybe we'll watch some of it at the end of this video. I was just over checking out Guilty of Crime, you know, our friend Jay, and I guess she did like a reaction to my one video about Follow the Money with Stefan Stearns. And in that video, one of the things I talked about, the central role that substance dependency or prescription medication dependency, however you want to look at it, plays in this case, because both Jen Soto and Stefan Stearns have got that going on. So I think for both of them, those prescription medications are a kind of currency that has a very high value. You know what I mean? So, you know, without it being literally exactly like what you said, Suze Valentino, but I don't think you were trying to be exactly literal. You're totally right. Oh, cool. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I will definitely check it out. Yeah, I was like all Idaho'd out after. Well, no, I did a lot going on today too. And I had to get ready for this. And I'm working on a Karen Reed thing. So I didn't have time for Idaho today, but I do want to know about it. Oh, let's see. Sorry, I just lost my place. I'm reading a horrible woman, absolutely horrible woman. Well, whoops. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. All right, here. I'm going to bring something into the stream really quick because we have a whole kind of systematic plan to go through this just to understand the best we can the kind of person this is, the kind of person we're dealing with, and the level of certainty one can have about her guilty knowledge and at best complacency, at worst participation in taking the life of her own child, right? I mean, that's the range we're in. It's in that range. It's in Jen Soto's culpability is in the range of complacency that enabled, not even allowed, but enabled. It's more than allowed. It's allowed and then also had a hand in it actually happening. The perpetual sexual abuse. Yeah, YouTube, I said it. What are you going to do? No, I better not do that. I can't stand that we can't say like what these crimes are, what the charges are, that they're called in court, that they're called in law enforcement drives me crazy because that's what happened to her. She was a victim of sexual abuse as a young child for at least for 4 years regularly and all types of that. Okay. So Jen Soto's culpability here ranges from complacency with an active element to it to participating in the extended, perpetual, horrible sexual abuse of her own daughter and also the murder of her own daughter. I mean, seriously, it don't get any worse than that. You know, oh my God. horrible. Whew. Yeah, Jen Soto. Okay. Here, just one. There I am, typing really hard on my keyboard. I'm mad. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Just trying to find a very short the shortest version of this sum up I want to find for you. Okay. Here it is, I think. Okay. All right, this will do it in under 4 minutes for us. Way under 4 minutes. Okay, let me bring this into the stream. Oh, Pepper, I'll bring you up in just 1 second, honey.
Suspect in a death investigation is facing 60 new charges. Good evening, I'm Greg Warman.
And I'm Martha Sigalski. Stephen Stearns was arrested nearly 2 weeks ago on child sex abuse charges as investigators searched for 13-year-old Madeline Soto. At the time, he was dating Maddie's mother and claimed to have dropped that teen off for school the day she was reported missing. Madeline's body was later discovered in a rural area in St. Cloud. And earlier today, Eyewitness News obtained new documents detailing additional allegations against Stearns. Investigators say they found over a dozen pictures and videos of child porn on his phone. A disturbing case. Rafael Perez is joining us live right now from the state attorney's office to break down these findings. And Rafael, it's been more than a week since Maddie's body was found, but so far, no one has been charged with her disappearance or her death.
Yeah, so far, no one has been charged in her death. But once again, her mother's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, facing more than 60 new charges tonight. These charges, so disturbing, so gruesome. We actually can't detail them on the air here. But if he is found guilty, he could spend the rest of his life in prison.
This is Stephen Stearns when he was arrested 2 weeks ago. He was taken in for sexual battery and possession of child sexual abuse material and named the prime suspect in the disappearance of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. 2 days later, her body was found in St. Cloud. Fast forward to now, and Eyewitness News has learned Stearns is facing 60 additional charges filed by the state attorney on Monday. 36 pages lay out each of the horrific crimes allegedly committed by Stearns. All of the charges are based on pictures and videos investigators say they found on his phone.
He's being held on charges that will guarantee that he's not being released, and just on the recent charges could serve the rest of his life in prison.
They include 40 counts of possession of child porn, 7 counts of molestation, and 13 counts of sexual battery on a minor. Some of the battery charges investigators say were committed by Stearns while he was in a position of familial or custodial authority and on a child younger than 12. And even though in 2023, the Florida legislature made capital sexual battery.
That same enhancement was an enhancement to the charges for Chris Watts. That he did what he did while he was in the protective, when he was a protective figure in the lives of child under the age of 12. Interesting, right? Ugh. I'm glad that exists in our law, though.
On a child less than 12, punishable by the death penalty. Stearns right now is not facing death.
Based on the pictures and the evidence recovered, the acts occurred prior to 2023, then they're just not particular. They're not.
But since then, he was then charged with murder. Okay, so yeah. All right, so that's, I think, good for that. I just wanted to make sure that everybody, who's saying, oh, I'm not totally familiar with this case, I just want to know a little more, that you all know exactly what those charges are that the man faces. And let me just let Pepper come up here. So, hey, Pepper, how are you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, yeah, what do you think about this guy, this case?
He's crap. He's crap. It is a death penalty case now as well.
It is. Oh yeah. And by y'all, it is. They're all capital charges now. Yeah.
Which it should be. Which I didn't know, but prior to this, in the state of Florida, if you're like a habitual I don't know how to say this without
Offender.
YouTube. Habitual sexual
Yeah, I
SA
got you.
person.
Yep. Yep.
Then they had the right to pursue the death penalty anyway.
Right. Oh yeah, no, the now I think there's several capital charges on him now. Yeah, they're going after him. Yeah, I mean, as they should.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
should.
yeah, I mean, I think so. As we, kind of brushed by yesterday, and I don't want to get into a big discussion on the death penalty in our society right now. We could have it someday, but it's not going to be today because we have so much to cover. But death penalty is what it is anyway. But if it's going to exist in our culture, as we say, it better apply to this kind of a person. And Stefan Stearns is definitely one of them.
I just don't think that you can rehabilitate predators.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm so glad you said that, because I don't think that is necessarily something that we talk about enough. And I'm so glad that you said that because in, the field of psychology, criminology and psychology and, forensic psychology, it has been studied extensively and it is evidence-based and data proven. Some people call it fact, and some of the studies and in resulting literature do call it fact that sexual predators are not rehabilitatable, period. That's why there's castration.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
and then there's still their thoughts, so that in itself is sick. You can't take away their thoughts and just knowing that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is.
And
So here, go ahead.
Jen's a whole nother realm of fuckery. Sorry, but
she is a whole other realm of fuckery. So I want you guys to take a look at this. So before we take a look at the next, little bit that we look at about Jen Soto and what she had to say, let's take a look at the most common and telling indicators that somebody is being deceitful, that they're being deceptive, usually with heavily guilty knowledge of whatever it is they are trying to not talk about truthfully. And I hope that makes sense. It's a very specific thing that I'm talking about here. So I'm trying to explain it for what it is. What did I call it? Did I save it? I saved it. Let's see. My nose, so stuffy. Did I say? Wait a minute. 1, 2. Weird. Here, let me just save it again. Maybe I didn't really save it yet. Sorry, guys. Let's see. There it is. Oh, nope, I didn't save it yet. Okay. I thought I saved it, but I didn't. All right. All right. Now I can bring it up. Or so I thought. Oh, there it is. Okay. It was there all along. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't. All right. Okay. Come on, StreamYard. Bring it in. All right. So here we have how to tell someone's lying, or the most common and telling indicators of guilty deception. Okay, got it? So as I read through these, think about people maybe who have had guilty deception, who have totally freaking lied about something that they did or that they knew about where there was heavy guilt involved, okay? Like something really bad. So being vague and offering few details. Okay, well, that's something we know. But the flip side also can be, and I think they kind of mentioned here too, detailing everything and repeating questions before answering them. And mostly when giving too many details, that flip side of not offering enough, repeating the same story over and over and over again. And then we have speaking in sentence fragments. Now, pay attention to this one. explaining things. Are you taking medication, girl?
No, I'm actually giving my husband his.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I hear your microphone is very sensitive, and that's okay. You guys take your medication. I was just like, what is that sound? Okay, I'm sorry. Explaining things in strict chronological order. Keep that one in mind, because when Jen Soto and Stephen Stearns are explaining what happened, usually, okay, if somebody is asked a general, like, what happened, okay, your daughter's missing, tell me what happened, people are usually, if they're really freaking out and they're really telling the truth, they're going to go to the most profound details first. It doesn't matter where that falls on the timeline. That's naturally what honest people, if this was going to come out of your mouth first, it's what's on your heart, it's what's on your mind, it's right there, like right under the surface of your skin, it's what you're going to say. When people are lying, they want to start at the beginning and walk you all the way through that story that they've rehearsed and in their mind perfected, because that is the easiest memorization mechanism for them to use that will allow them to recite their made up story in their mind without making a mistake. See how that works?
Unless you're Jen, and then 8 out of 10 times you try to convince someone that you're the one that dropped her off when
No, not unless you're Jen. No, not unless you're Jen. Jen also did that, but I promise you, I'm highlighting this one because I promise you, every time she talks about what happened to Maddie, she explains the details in strict chronological order without fail until some good investigator, throws a wrench in that for her, and then she gets all discombobulated and gets off track and starts to slip. But what you're saying too, right? And then the next one says, sounds like they're repeating a rehearsed script. Anyone? Failing to provide specific details when a story is challenged, failing to give a straightforward response to a simple yes or no question. Grooming behaviors, such as playing with hair or pressing fingers to lips or into your hands or your fingers into your body, is common too. Physical changes that indicate fight or flight response, like increased sweating, muscle tension, restlessness, and fidgeting, and that's where that swing comes in, right? So I think that, in my mind, when I was like referring to these and going through all three of the samples of, Jen Soto and Stefan Stearns together telling this story in the first 24 hours of Maddie missing, you can check each one of these indicators off time and time and time again.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So now I'm going to bring in the, let's see. Hey, Julie Fleming, how are you doing? Welcome. And anyone else who just came in, I just happened to see Julie, and I'm so glad you're here. And anyone else who came in, welcome. Come on in. Please be part of the conversation. You know what we like here. Just don't be an asshole. That's how we sum it up. So, all right. Let me bring this one in. I just said that like 5 times. Let me bring this in. Let me just do it, Kelly. Bring it in. Okay, I will. Going crazy, Pepper. Okay, here we go. All right.
Jen, go ahead and tell us what's going on with Maddie.
Well, Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street.
Sounding all familiar so far? Is this exactly the way the last story started? Guys, literally almost verbatim. I literally compared them word for word a little while ago, and I think there's like about 50 words in there, what she just said, and I think there are 6 words that diverge from the first and second time she tells that. That is remarkable.
It's a lot of practice.
And what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school. But she never made it that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never.
And as you probably know, over and over again, every time Jen tells this story, the phrase she uses, she never made it. She never made it. She never made it. But she never made it. She never made it. She never made first period. She never made second period. She never made it to any period. She never made it to school. She didn't make it. She never made it. Oh yeah, she never made it.
Never made it to school after that. It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
And that was the last anyone's seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school.
4:30?
And she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well.
Pretty close to school every time.
Around, and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day.
He looked in the records.
At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was
That same teacher said he didn't get that email or text from her till like 5 something though.
Any of her friends? Has she been active on any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media. None of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her. Yeah, there's no update.
That's your boyfriend, he knows.
I know I hate doing it, but is she the type that would run away? Has this happened in the past or anything? Has she ever threatened to run away?
Never. She's never ever mentioned anything like this before, and she's not the type to want to do this. She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday, which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful.
There you go. Remember that.
So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her. They tried tracing her school laptop, but that's off. So it's
powered
not
off,
pinging to anything.
Jen, what is your fear? I know you mentioned she's on games and stuff. Do you think she could have like met somebody and tried to meet up with them?
Yeah, my boyfriend.
She's open to us. She's open with us about, if she's got a crush with anyone. And she told us she had a crush on someone at school. And I looked at their messages. Nothing was weird. I looked at all of her messages, all of her deleted messages. Nothing seemed weird. It didn't seem like she was talking to anyone. So I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like she may have been taken because this is not like her at all to just disappear and not let us know where she's going or who she's with. Yeah.
What are you getting from law enforcement? Are they actively searching for her? I mean, what happens now? I mean, especially that she doesn't have her phone with her.
So as far as I know, they're conducting a search around the school. Behind the school, there's a Shingle Creek. There's a wooded path area that you could walk. It's a hiking path. They are going back there with their canine dogs. They've taken a piece of her clothing to see if they can trace her scent. They're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure what type of vehicles, but they're going into the woods to search for her.
Oh my God. Dude. Okay. So listen, y'all, maybe I'm pointing out the obvious, but I'm going to do it anyway. So first of all, a parent whose child is really missing, they don't give a fuck what kind of vehicle they're taking in the woods. They're taking their own vehicles into the woods to look for. I'm not sure what kind of vehicles, but and a parent who has a child who is really missing isn't like, yeah, it's all good. Listen, she's not with her friends. We know that. She's not there. She's not there. And no, don't worry about it because law enforcement is looking for her. They're going to this park behind my house right there. See, they're right there. Actually, they're bringing their vehicles. Not sure what kind of vehicles, but oh, don't worry about it. No, if your child is missing, you are calling the entire universe to action, to get off your ass, go outside of your house. If nothing else, look left, look right, look up and down. Do you see my child? Jen Soto doesn't do that once. In fact, she discourages people. She discourages people for looking for Maddie. Why? Because she doesn't want those people to get into law enforcement's way. What do you think about that, Pepper? Crazy, right? Oh my gosh. It's fucking insane. Oh, Pepper just dropped down. She's like, oh, Kelly's yelling. I better go. I mean, I just can't, it's just, if it is not obvious, even at this point, right, guys? I mean, what do you guys think? I feel if it is not obvious, even at that point where we have come together so far just in this live stream, then y'all, not you guys, but y'all out there who aren't here, who aren't having a conversation we are missing the boat. And my God, I hope someday you're able to get it because woo. Pretty Bird says she sucks and I keep getting censored. I know, me too. What, in your comments? I'm not even able to post comments on my own channel right now. I think the channel is being highly censored right now in general too. It's a shame because this needs to be talked about. So, you know what, YouTube, freaking get over it. God, it's just like unreal. Let's see. Oh, wow. McJ, not necessarily materially, but correctly says Jen is as bug-eyed as Stefan. Yes, true. Let's see. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna play the rest of this interview.
But I don't feel like that's gonna find anything right now.
Oh,
all day.
You remember what I said about the call to action and all of that, right? Listen to a little bit again. Jen, stop looking at me like that, Jen. You're freaking me out for a number of reasons, including you right now. Don't look at me like that. Sorry.
They're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure what type of vehicles, but they're going into the woods to search for her. But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar and like her personal belongings, and nothing is hers. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help because I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now.
Oh my God. My child's missing. I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now. So what am I doing? I'm calling the fucking news. Dude, go suck a big one, Jen Soto. She is such a lot. I can't even. And if law enforcement, oh my God, if Florida does not charge her, I have said this all along. I open my mouth, I said it, and I believe it, and I feel this is what we should do. But because I've said it so much, this is what's going to now have to happen. Hope you're coming with me. Hey, Carrie, we're coming to stay over for a little bit. We can't allow Florida to not charge her. And, there is this legal argument. Well, you want to pick the highest ticket, offender, the person who did the worst thing. And if you need to not pick off the people that, committed crimes or associated with them, maybe even helped, but they're going to, be able to testify in a way that is going to put that biggest bastard away forever, then so be it. But listen, man, they had, what was it? 30,000 CSAM images on a computer that was used by, they were Stefan Stearns. They were able to prove that. And over 1,000 just of Maddie on his own handset of doing all kinds of horrible abuse acts to her. Do you think they're going to need this bitch's testimony to put him away for life or to put him to death? I mean, I don't know, man. I know Flora's a little cray-cray, but I don't think so.
But do you think that she's been taken against her will?
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
She doesn't have it, honey.
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay, and I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed. I just want her back, whatever that means. I just want her back.
Are you getting any updates from law enforcement? I mean, yes, they're searching that small area, but have they gotten any hits on any scent or anything like that?
They haven't let me know anything. They haven't updated me since I spoke to them this morning. I've contacted them to get some information or to give them some leads, but I've heard nothing back.
And Jen, there's no way that she, just being, a teenager, was like, maybe had a fight with you or an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm going to go hang out at so-and-so's house and teach her a lesson. Could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. She's just a happy girl, and
No, she's not.
she showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, she had the best day. I just, there was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed. So I know she didn't have any conversations with anyone. She didn't make plans with anyone. I didn't see any of that.
So she spent the whole Sunday celebrating her 13th birthday. Was her 13th birthday on that Sunday, or that was just like the time you guys were celebrating?
That was the time we were celebrating. Her birthday was on Thursday, the 22nd.
Okay,
she just turned 13.
But that's just so heartbreaking to be celebrating her 13th birthday, and then the very next day, that's gone. The last you've seen of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks heartbroken.
Where do you go now? Are you gonna go out there and search or look, or what is are you sticking by the phone? Are you what are you doing?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears. I know my entire family's out looking. They've all spread a bunch of flyers. They've gone. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound, just any way that if someone's taken her and they're trying to take her, just to show her face, just to make sure, she's not being taken against her will.
And you mentioned ADHD. Was there anything else maybe mentally going on, or that you knew of?
She does suffer from anxiety, and one time she was diagnosed with autism. We had her
evaluated.
What's the word?
Screened, maybe?
Reevaluated.
Okay.
We had her reevaluated a few months ago, actually, and they told us no, she didn't have autism, but she did have some autistic traits. She did have ADHD, some autistic traits, but not autism. So I'm not sure where to leave with that, because one doctor said she did and one doctor saying she doesn't, and I don't know. She's just in the middle, I guess, because she does have some tendencies, but socially she's
what that means.
Pretty great. So I'm not sure.
And with the video that you were able to see whenever your boyfriend dropped her off, where was that? Which video? Was that a surveillance camera?
It was a surveillance camera from the church, Peace Church, right next to Hunters Creek Middle School.
Do you have that video?
It's not even a thing. Well, it wasn't her.
They didn't show me. They wouldn't show me. It was actually my sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
But they didn't show it to any of us.
Got it. Okay. Jen, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Please, if you have any information, contact me, contact law enforcement.
Oh my God, I can't even.
Any information helps.
Oh my God, she's awful.
Maddie, if you see this, please come home. Please be safe.
Yeah.
I love you very much.
No, you don't.
If you have my Maddie, please just let her come home.
She's not your Maddie.
I just want her home.
All right, really quick. Okay, now this is what a parent whose child is lost and they're telling the truth looks like. Remember Elizabeth Smart?
Dead in the Salt Lake Federal Heights area, abducted from her bedroom at gunpoint. And as Terry said,
what the Smart family did was they just said, this is who she is. And all of the photographs, and the video clips and everything. Elizabeth was an angelic little girl who'd been kidnapped, and she really was. She was this innocent, bright-eyed, you know, obedient girl who played the harp. She became a symbol of, I think, innocence
back in the
and
day,
a
like right
victim.
after she's missing.
She doesn't do anything to anyone, and there's no reason that you should have her. Please let her go, please.
Tom rallied the family that first night to go in front of those cameras and plead with the community to come out and help. Every minute counts, every second counted, and everybody knew that. And the response the next day was just phenomenal.
You know what?
At
shoot.
7:30,
Hold
we
on
started
for a
having
minute.
searchers showing up.
Okay. So yeah. So sorry about that, guys. Whoops. So, oh wait, I'm gonna bring up Pepper and Carrie. I want to bring that little clip right back in because I want it just to make the point that it was intended to make. And, comparing this to, what Elizabeth Smart's family looked like on that first day that they went out and pled to the public through tears and barely able to talk. They're crying. They begged the public to mobilize to help them find their child. And the next morning by 7:30, these massive search parties had formed. And although so sadly, that wouldn't have mattered for Madeline because we know what happened, that's what could have been done for her too. But it wasn't. And to me, so sadly, it's almost like symbolic of her whole sad life where nobody fought for her or saw her or I'm so sorry to say this, Maddie, and I wish that you knew all of us because we care so much about you, but nobody in her immediate life, her grandma, her grandpa, yeah, but I guess I'm talking mostly about her mother, cared enough where she got those things that she deserved to know that the whole world wants her to be okay. And we'll do something. We'll take action. We'll inconvenience themselves. We'll miss a good night of sleep to look for her because she's that important. And her mother couldn't provide a scintilla of that to her. And it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
A 14-year-old girl kidnapped from her home by an intruder during the night in the Federal Heights area.
Elizabeth, if you're out there, we're doing everything we possibly can to help you. We love you. We want you to come home safely to us.
What's that, Mr. Smart? You're not sitting by the phone, just hoping she's going to come home? That's weird. Why aren't you just sitting by the phone hoping, worrying about what vehicles law enforcement is taking into your backyard to see if they can find Elizabeth? That's weird. How weird of you, Mr. Smart.
With every hour, the chance of finding Elizabeth alive was decreasing.
Every hour.
Ed's oldest brother, Tom, a news photographer, took charge.
I didn't want to wait a week later to find out whether the person down the street who, may have, whoever it was, did it or not. I mean, you have a sense of urgency that's immediate. The press is your friend in this situation.
Right.
We need to get out there. And we did. And that all went out on the 10 o'clock news.
You're watching KSL 5. This is the #1 Eyewitness News Special Report.
We begin today with the statewide alert for the missing girl and the man who took her.
Now, the kidnapping happened around 2 o'clock this morning, again, as we said, in the Salt Lake Federal Heights area. Abducted from her bedroom at gunpoint And as Terry said,
what the Smart family did was they just said, this is who she is. And all the photographs, the video clips and everything. Elizabeth was an angelic little girl who'd been kidnapped, and she really was. She was this innocent,
Pepper, go ahead and tell me what you
bright-eyed,
think for a second, honey.
you know,
I didn't hear what she said.
Okay. So, hey, Pepper.
I didn't hear what you said, Kelly. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and tell them what you think about like how Jen Soto acted in comparison to like say this Elizabeth Smart's family. Hey, Lily, nice to see you from Arizona.
It's disgusting. I wouldn't be able to function more or less act like so nonchalantly about, I'm sitting by the phone just hoping. Who the hell hopes that your kid's gonna come home, especially when they've already been gone more than 24 hours,
Be discouraging. People who wanted to volunteer, go look for Maddie. She was discouraging.
Right.
No, you're just gonna get in the way of the investigation. Dude, no, oh my God. Like nobody actually thinks that in that moment when they're so emotional, when their baby is missing, nobody thinks like that. Nobody.
I would still be walking the streets. I mean, it wouldn't matter. Like I can hardly walk. And I would
tonight.
I would it doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
It doesn't. Nothing she says makes any sense to me. Like the first time that she actually cried, like actually really cried, not the fake forced, I'm gonna tap my face with the tissue but don't have any tears coming out cry. That actually cried was in one of the interrogations when
she realized it was her
she
birthday.
realized that the next day was her birthday.
Yeah.
And the investigator brought that to her attention that tomorrow, was that day or whatever. She's like, oh, it's my birthday. It's going to be the worst birthday. What about Maddie's fucking birthday? Sorry.
I know. No, Maddie, Maddie had the worst birthday. She was sexually assaulted again and then murdered. Hers was worse.
Right. And that's what that bothered me about Stefan's phone call to his parents. You listen to that phone call and had a dick birthday. We could only wish.
Right. Yeah. Right. I know. I couldn't believe it when he had the nerve to say that.
You made sure Maddie had a great birthday, didn't you?
Oh my God.
She keeps talking about all these presents. No, she got money. Like one of her friends from school gave her a little trinket, but other than that, she got money from her family because that's what she wanted, nonetheless. But it's not like she actually sat down with Maddie and looked at a bunch of stuff that Maddie got. Yeah, she took Maddie's money and put it in an envelope. I'm sure just like she did her Christmas money that mysteriously went missing that wasn't found until later.
Yeah. I know. So goddamn sad, man.
Oh no. And like we were talking about, Stefan, Stefan should more than be held accountable. And that's why, I'm very much in favor of the death penalty with him. But leaving that aside, her mother is who was responsible for her. She was God's gift to her mom, not to Stefan. Her mom gave her to Stefan.
That's right.
And so in my opinion,
her mom forced her to. Oh my God! It's even. I know. I can't. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna get worked up about it. You're right, Pepper. You're right. She just handed her to him with a, freaking it's saying
she
perverted. I'm not meaning to be.
She makes the statement to the investigators about how she can't. Maddie sleeps like a monkey. She pulls and flips everywhere from one end of the mattress, and I'm thinking to myself the whole time, it's because she's trying to get away from your boyfriend, you dumbass. How do you? It's
No, she says that. She's like, she's really hard to sleep with. She's over here, she starts over here, and then she'll flop to one side and this side, and she'll kick you and she'll punch you and she'll kick you and she'll punch you. I'm like, well, do you think that's normal, Jen?
Right, exactly. And she had to have, you know, she needed some good sleep that night, but yet she was off for the next 2 days. She sent her child to bed with a grown ass man because she needed good rest,
And she had a
but
boat.
she was off. She
Okay.
didn't even have to work the next 2 days. You couldn't have slept while she was at school?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Great points. Great points. And they're all such important points, Pepper, to understand this case. And yeah, Mick J says, does she have mental illness? She is she was died excuse me. She's on medication for bipolar mood disorder. And while I know that mental illness and mood disorders and all these other things that, like, let's be honest, statistically, and also because a lot of us are open with each other, and I know a lot of people's stories, way more half of us right here either are dealing with right now or suffered from at some point in our lives, right? But do any of us find any of this excusable? No. So the thing,
No, well, like I'm bipolar. I take medication, but I wouldn't send my kids, none of them. They're like my girls are grown. They're from 24 to 20. But even when they were young,
job, Mom.
my son's 17, I would never in a million years think about sending one of my kids to bed with an adult. Period.
Oh my God, never. No, no way. No way.
My husband said they'd never find them. They'd never like man, it's horrible. It's so horrible. I feel so bad for this little girl.
Terrible. Yeah. Oh, and like Wendy L, great point here. Like the mother of Kyron, when she was pleading for his return, was truly heartbreaking. Yeah, another great example. I mean, any parent you see, and those initial hours, that initial day, and later, the story plays out, and thank God, by the grace of God and miracle, the child is alive and is well enough, at least, even though they may have probably endured great trauma. They're in a condition where they can be supported and loved to live out the rest of their life and enjoy the rest of their life, right? So it's such a beautiful ending to the story. When those endings to those stories are beautiful instead of horrific, we always can look back and see the plea from the parent is oftentimes incomprehensible. You can't even understand what they're saying. It's never anything but that 100% of the time. And I challenge anyone to find a different example. And if you do, let us know. We'll look at it and talk about it. But I feel pretty confident about that. So now I'm going to play the most recently released body cam footage of Jen Soto and Stefan Stearns, and the channel that required this through a FOIA request was allegedly, oh crap, what is it?
She reminds me of Katie Proudfoot, Sebastian Rogers' mother.
Oh yeah, she does. She does. I'll find the channel because I want to give her credit. I'll find the channel while we're watching this. She does. There are a lot of similarities. There are totally a lot of similarities. And oh wait, before we watch this, just super quickly, I just want you guys to try to keep in mind, you got a taste of the second account they made and that Jen Soto made. And guys, I promise you, they're almost identical. I was going to do a video where I went into in-depth comparing them like word for word, but it would have been, I think a lot of you guys already get that. And it would have been a lot of work to do that. I don't mind doing the work, but if I'm going to do the work, I want it to be able to show y'all something that isn't like is as obvious. But so these are the most common indicators of someone being deceptive, of guilty knowledge, of it's heavy guilty knowledge they call it. So being vague and offering few details, or the opposite of that. That's one where either or works in the extreme. Repeating the same story over and over, speaking in sentence fragments, explaining things in strict chronological order. And again, I promise you, Jen Soto can tell this story in no other fashion. And it's such a classic sign of somebody who is they're not just telling a lie, everything that's coming out of their mouth is a lie. So explain things in strict chronological order, that was. Sounding like they're repeating a rehearsed script. Failing to provide details when a story is challenged. I don't know. I can't remember. I didn't think of that. I don't know. No, I didn't know that was happening. Failing to give a straightforward response to a yes or no question. Grooming behavior, such as playing with hair or pressing fingers into lips. Pressing fingers, you can also say palm of the hand, and that can also be pressing it into your face or your body or together. The palm of the hand, the fingertips, when someone's being deceptive, really get a lot of play and action. And physical changes that indicate fight or flight response, like increasing muscle tension, restlessness, and fidgeting. And again, that's what we're seeing in the swing, both, in Chris Watts and Jen Soto here. I mean, I feel very confident in saying that. I believe that's what it is. That's how I should phrase it. So now I'm going to bring back in that most recently released body cam video of, well, you'll see our favorite stars here. So gross. Watch carefully. Listen closely, please. And I'm taking this version of this video off of Hidden True Crime. I found it had the best resolution, and there's no commentary. It just plays the video as it was received from law enforcement.
So, are you Madeline's mom?
No. That's Andy.
Are you Madeline's mom?
Yeah.
Did she come home?
What's that?
Did she come home? No, you don't know where she was. No. Did she take anything? Any clothes?
Her birthday money is still here. Toothbrush, everything.
Okay. So nothing that she took with her and went somewhere else. Is there any place that you guys think that she would have went?
gosh.
Any friends' houses?
Hold on, guys.
Huh?
I don't know. I feel like YouTube is like, hey, I noticed our WTO girl can barely breathe today. Let's extra fuck with her. Okay, that'd be awesome. Just kidding. Oh, I kind of do feel like that today, though. That's kind of feeling like a victim. I don't normally feel like that, but I do feel like that today because sometimes we do feel like that, right? But I'm going to bring her right back in.
I could have thought was, but I think Orange County PD already went to her house and talked to them.
Okay. What's that address? Just so I can make sure they already checked there. So they're trying to look everywhere they can.
Of course.
Okay. Not like, oh, thank you. Jeez.
First name is.
Okay. Let's see if I still have Google Maps pulled up to her address. Let's see.
Did she go to school today?
No.
No. Okay.
She was supposed to. She was dropped off close to school.
Oh, here we go.
She wanted to walk
Let's victim blame.
the way
Here we
because
go.
she was embarrassed by his car.
Okay.
Which is normal for her to ask to be.
She was supposed to.
Right.
She didn't do it like she was supposed to.
But she never made it.
Never made it.
I went to the school to pick her up at the end of the day, and she never came outside.
Went to my mom's
I
office.
drove away thinking maybe she walked to my mom's office because sometimes she'll do that if I can't pick her up. And my mom's office is less than
half a mile.
What would you say? Half a mile away?
Yep, half a mile.
Yeah,
You know that.
It's pretty close. Something like that. She would get there.
Oh my god.
School ends at 4:04. She would get there by 4:35, the latest. She never got there by 4:35. I started driving around. I went back to the school. The school was closed.
Most extreme, she could maybe walk to her grandma's house, but that's a lot further.
When the school was closed, I realized something was wrong. I called and I said, "Hey, did you see Maddie today? Or is she with you? Because I can't find her." And she said, No, she never made it to first or second period. And I said, what do you mean? I dropped her off at school. And she's like, she never made it to school.
There's
And I said,
that
can
I
you please
dropped her
check
off
with the rest of
again.
your friends, see if she made it to any of her other periods. At this point, I messaged her teachers directly, and I asked if any of them saw her. 2 of them responded to me. One of them told me she didn't make it to his period, and he also checked her attendance for the rest of the day. She never made it to any of her periods. This is when I knew something was truly wrong, because she was dropped off by him close to the school. She should have made it to school. At that point, that's when I called 911. This was around 4:35, 4:40. Police did not show up till 7:30, I want to say.
Up in Orange County?
Up in Orange County.
Okay.
And then at that point, that's when all the questions started happening. And then he took them to where he dropped her off.
She can't even get through it. She's like, I can't exactly remember. I'm too hot.
Someone in an outfit she was wearing sit in their parking lot for a little bit, like take a break from her walk, because she was early for school, and then get up and then leave towards the school. That's as far as I know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Were you able to find his address?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I know you guys got a lot going on.
Yeah, Beach Mom, we were just talking about that just before you came on. She's way too calm. We're playing each of these 3 times she's on camera in the first 24 hours of Maddie missing. And then I played oh my God, that Fox News interview. Oh my God. And then I played a clip of, Elizabeth Smart's parents right after she went missing, and how they were begging the public to help them. And they were so torn up, they couldn't get words out. Nobody could understand them. The public didn't understand what they were saying, but they were so like, yes, we will do anything to find your baby. Of course we will. Oh my God. Meanwhile, Jen Soto is telling the public, no, we're good. We're good. No. Don't need volunteers to look for my missing child who may have been eaten by an alligator she likes to talk about. I don't want you to get in the way of law enforcement. Go. No. Go away. No. Do not look for my child. Are you fucking kidding me? Crazy. All right, I'm going to play this again.
Did she take her school laptop with her?
She did.
She
They
did.
already tried to track it, but unfortunately the unit is completely powered off.
Oh,
It's
okay.
completely offline according to them. They were unable to do anything with it.
Okay. She doesn't have any other kind of technology that you guys can track. I'm sure you guys already
No
checked
text,
that.
no nothing.
She
Normally
accidentally,
she has her phone, but she left it at home.
and that is normal for her. She's got ADHD. She's very forgetful. I always have to remind her.
We're kind of forgetful too sometimes.
We're kind of forgetful too sometimes. Yeah,
I believe. No, this is
disgusting.
They never invite this cop in or nothing. That's crazy to me.
How you spell that? Let me see that. Gotcha.
Pretty Bird. Pretty Bird. Pepper was just correctly saying this. Jen Soto's mother cries in the couch interview, the one where she thought she was going to the press conference, but they took her to that interview or that room where there's a couch and the 2 investigators. The one who's like really good. What's his last name? Malone. It's like a Irish name. I don't know. Kevin. Kevin something or other. And get this. Okay. The one time she cries, one of the investigators says the date and she goes, oh, it's the 1st. And then she starts literally hysterically crying with actual tears, sobs, and snot. And she's like, tomorrow's gonna be my birthday. It's gonna be the worst birthday ever. She doesn't even say anything about Maddie, but she's legit crying. The other investigator comes in and she recovers in the cold passenger cell pretty quick. And I think those are the only real tears we saw from her. What do you think? Do you think those are the only ones, Pepper?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The only one I've seen, and I have watched her this video and the other 2 interrogations like a dozen times a piece. I've spent a lot of time following this case.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that is the only no crime we have from her. And I don't like to be like this, but in this case, I do like to be like this. And Kylie, you're so funny. I just want you to know that Kylie has observed that gravity has not been kind to Jen. Amen. Karma will get you, baby.
On it every time.
Oh,
I was telling my husband, like, I find it really weird that this officer is at their home. This is like the day she goes missing, and they stand in the doorway right there talking to him. Obviously high as a kite. I don't know if anyone else can tell. Like, they both seem zooted, and they not one time ever offer this cop to come in, to have a seat.
Right.
Nothing.
Wait, you said they seem what? I'm sorry.
I said they never offer him to come in.
But what did
Like,
you
I
say
couldn't.
before that? Did you say they seem what?
Zooted. They
Oh my
seem.
God, I just can't believe you just said that, because Honey Bun was saying in the footage when they're in her mom's office that she looks like she's on, like, high, like on benzos or something. And
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go back like 2 minutes here. This one, I'm like, uppers anybody? I was just gonna quiz everybody on that, but you said it first. I'm so glad you did, because that's what I was thinking. And then I was like, I don't know, do I have too rich of a pass? Maybe. But let's look at this. Like, I'm gonna take us. You're gonna be up here, but I'm gonna take us off of the screen because I want to make it as big as possible for everyone. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna look at, just in case you're not sure what to look at. Our girl Pepper knows what to look for. All right. Let's see. It's just before she's like, watch her mouth, especially, I guess. Is that what you saw that made you? What made you realize that,
Yeah.
Pepper?
Well, that and just how she don't seem to be able to keep a straight thought. Like, there's a lot of and well, and like over and over and over, and she don't seem to, like, looking at her. She don't look like she can hold her eyes open.
Yeah,
Like, she
yeah.
looks like she's struggling to stand there and have this conversation.
Right, absolutely. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm seeing you're trying to press play on through StreamYard, not the video. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes I'm smart, sometimes I'm dumb. Okay, here we go. So is this? Let's see where we are here.
Truly wrong, because she was dropped off by him close to the school. She should have been at the school.
She said
At
that.
that point, that's when we called 911.
That's when we knew something was truly wrong. That's when we called 911. She says that all 3 times as well. Yeah.
Right.
This was around
So she didn't call 911.
Right.
Police did not show up till 7:30. I want to say.
Up in Orange County.
Up in Orange County.
Okay.
And then at that point, that's when all the questions started happening.
Okay, she says police didn't show up until 7:30, and she's like, and then at that point, that's when all the questions started happening. Well, damn! If the police finally show up and they're asking questions about where your missing daughter is, you should be stoked about it, Zooty. But now I think she says something out of concern for Stefan. Let's see here. Whoops! No, I don't want that. Okay.
And then he took them to where he dropped her off. Someone in an outfit she was wearing sit in their parking lot for a little bit, like take a break from her walk because she was early for school, and then get up and then leave towards the school. That's as far as I know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Were you able to find his address?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I know you guys got a lot going.
Okay, now while the glow of the phone is on that beautiful gravity ravaged face, y'all that might know, just look at her. Just what's going on here? What do you think? I already kind of basically just said what I thought that and then I just want to know what you guys see, because and the reason I want to know this is not just for no reason. It's because, again, going back to, I was telling you in my video on Follow the Money, Stefan Stearns, if you haven't watched it, please do watch it. I researched that video was literally months of research, and then I made it, and it took me a long time because I wanted to put in the right pieces. Like, I don't usually say this about my own videos, but I'm proud of that video. I worked really hard on it. I think it's a really good video. that uncovers some things that I don't think are uncovered anywhere else. Like Jay was just saying, she was reviewing, they were talking about, blah, blah, and that's what I wanted to do. I don't get credit for it. It was out there. I just wanted to put together a way the conversation started. But one of the key things I want people to take away from that video is I think we need to realize the importance of chemical dependency in this relationship, and the part that chemical dependency and all the things that come with it played in the ultimate outcomes for poor Maddie. All right, let's watch our girl Jen. What do y'all see? Honey bun, you there? Let's watch.
Hold on.
Oh my God, it doesn't like scratching.
Did she take her school laptop with her?
She did.
She
They
did.
already tried to track it,
What's
but
it
unfortunately the
called?
unit is completely powered off.
Oh, okay.
Completely offline. They told me to run there and able to do anything with it.
Okay. She doesn't have any other kind of technology that you guys can track. I'm sure you guys already
No
checked
text,
that.
no nothing.
She
Normally
accidentally
she has her phone, but she left it at home today.
and that is normal for her. She's got ADHD. She's very forgetful. I always have to remind her.
He says it every time. He interjects on that every time.
I believe no. This isn't that.
How you spell that? Let me see that. Gotcha. And what's a good phone number for if you guys have one?
Yeah.
Sure have.
Okay, no other family in the area except for
Grandma.
The existing family already left at the office and met with the cops.
Yeah.
The only other closest family member is my sister. She lives in the next neighborhood over.
Mhm.
If you were to exit the back gate.
Next door, right over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you exit the back gate, the first neighborhood to your left, it's
Yeah.
called Plantation.
Mhm.
She lives in there.
Okay.
But yeah, she was in the office helping me with the police, and she was the one who actually went through her phone and her messages and was trying to see if there was anything weird.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything too weird.
Nothing weird. You guys haven't had any recent arguments?
Recently, no. Apparently, on February 2nd, she sent a few messages to a friend stating that she would run away.
Mm-hmm.
But it must have been after. From the messages, we must have been arguing, or I must have said something that upset her because she was very upset in her texting
Yeah.
friend. But
Do you guys still have those? Or no?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Where she looks particularly like on some kind of like upper. Oops, sorry. Upper is when she comes back here and it's looking good for men. Well, I mean,
And that's
it
her
doesn't have to
phone.
be a specific woman. I mean, it's
It's wet. Do you remember who?
Starts with an S.
Oh,
No,
Sorry,
I'm just trying to see. It's
great reaction there, law enforcement.
yeah, this is her.
I wonder why her phone was wet. Wonder if Stefan tried to get
See,
rid
I
of
don't
her
recall
phone.
getting in a fight
too.
and saying this to her, but
Yeah, maybe.
sure, we'll say that. I know. I mean, I taught her.
I just found that weird.
It's okay if I switch now?
Yeah.
Okay. When did she say that she wanted to run away? Did I just miss it?
Something.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I'm not sure where. I thought it was part of that conversation. Never mind.
I hope so too.
There's her cousins out.
Do you guys remember what she said? Did she say she wanted to
The gist
run
of
away?
it was she was mad at her mom and she turned 13 and like she was literally
Run away to the woods. That's what she said.
What we could try and do, search. If you remember
You know
what she
what?
said.
Mom, we'd all be mad at our mom if our mom sent us to sleep with you in a single
Oh
bed.
shit.
At any age, you disgusting pig.
You could try and type that in and out. So if she said run away to the woods.
No, that's Sage. We're talking about growing up and living in the woods. But that's not it. Okay, let's try running away.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What about just run? So, run away.
No. Let me try it as one word. No. Let me ask my sister who actually went through her phone.
Okay.
I can go all the way to Chicago.
Do you have a recent picture of it?
Yeah, I can give you a few.
You can airdrop too if you like.
No, I just wanted to see. I just want to know who I'm looking for. I know Orange County, they already have pictures.
Hi, Sherry. Oh, wait, just a minute. Sherry's our girl. Hi, Sherry. It's so awesome to see you. I'm sorry you're having a bad night, honey. I hope things get better. Let me know if you need to talk or anything. It's great to see you, though. We're going to say hi to Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
Aw. And Anaflex says, hey, Anaflex, how you doing? It says, Sherry, sleep well. I hope tomorrow's a better day. Yeah, great message. Anaflex says, you get really good, you get good, healthy person sleep, don't you? I know that about you. You're always catching on to us poor sleepers. That's good. It's good. I hope you do. Oh, yeah. We love you, Sherry girl. You've always got friends here, my friend. My friend and all of our friends. You always got friends here. Welcome to Romper Room, I feel like. Okay, here we go. Y'all know Romper Room. Long time ago.
We made these posters if you want. This is what you're looking for.
Okay. Would you be able to text that to my phone?
This is my proud
This one is
accomplishment.
the best recent picture.
This is what I did when my daughter
most
was
recent was this
missing.
one.
You wanna?
I can
They're all very much her.
Okay.
What did Spawn do? Oh, he just after he said this.
So
I cover up all the CSAM. Oh my God, these two. Oh, I bet you too, Anaflex. That's awesome, though. I'm looking forward to the day.
Yes. I'm currently with Kissimmee PD. They came to the house real quick, and they're asking me about the text message where she said she wanted to run away to the woods. Do you remember who she texted that to and what day? So I can show them.
Bird is it has the picture is blackened out because they're showing actual texts between Maddie, who is obviously a minor, and another minor. So, you know, that really is the right thing to do in that case. So I don't find that at all to be some censorship. I think that is the right thing to do to protect children. You know what I mean? So that's what that one is.
I wish we could hear what the sister's saying on the other end.
You know what? I wish we could too. Now, let me keep playing this because I think that just earlier today there was something that came out almost like a companion to this video, but something about with the sister. So let me see if that is just the case or if I was just smoking some of Jen and Stefan's. Woo! I'm just kidding. They're disgusting. All right, here we go.
Well, see, when I went to what I thought Tall Goblin, February 2nd, where she said, what did she say? Where she talked about, like, me acting up and that she don't want to live with me, or that I said something about kicking her out before she turned 18, or when she turned 18. It doesn't say, it doesn't talk about her running away into the woods.
Say what?
Where did she say that? Did she ever say that?
In front of Home Depot?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, okay. He's like, okay, that's a good point. Right. I almost like doze out there. I'm sorry. I really do need sleep. And I'm like, Dave, you're right. Whoops. Oh, look what I'm doing. I'm making all a mess now, girls and boys. If there's any in here. As we all know, most of us true crime fans are females, but we do have a lot of great male friends of the channel and the genre, but not used to Stephon Stearns, you bastard. Die in hell. Well, die and then go to hell. But before you die, may you be treated really well in prison. Really well. Hope we hear lots of good stories.
Right.
I hope that your cellmate is Bubba. Let's see here. Who that was?
Tall Goblin. This one.
I think this was the number. I'm not too sure.
I think it was too.
But it was just,
I think it looked like it, but it said that there was only one
I
message.
saw that there was a 7 in it. So.
Okay, so she's trying to tell this whole thing is the point where, Maddie's like, oh yeah, she said when she turned 13, she did hear this from the friends because she did say it to a couple friends in school and all those friends talk about it. It seems like a very not arranging, period of time. It was like at a moment, and she kept saying that, she wants to, when she turns 13, she's going to run away to the woods. And, she's trying to look for it on her phone. And she's, telling these big stories that don't even exist. And we see this here, Jen. Not only do we see you, now we see you being impeached in your own body cam footage, so to speak. Good girl. So just imagine, I think that she does that kind of thing with everything. You know what I'm saying?
I just wonder if Maddie stated anything like that at all, or if that just wasn't something her and Stefan conjured up as their play as, well, if we say this, then that's what, they'll think that she just ran away. Does that make sense? See what I'm saying?
Yes, it does. But actually, I want to ask you about that, Jay. Don't go anywhere. Because it was a thing. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. No, I don't have the original. I just pulled this from, okay, cool. But yeah, next time I should go to you. I do think about it, but then I don't know. Then I start thinking about other things. I start doing other things because my brain is wildly unorganized. Y'all know how that can go sometimes. Maybe I have ADHD like Stephon Stearns. Oh shit, what was I saying? No, I lost it.
That's okay. We all forget sometimes.
Going to live in the woods. I did say that to a couple of her friends, including her best friend, who talks about it in her interview with law enforcement. And then she even said, I think in the second interview, so one of the kids makes a reference to it, being something about if there's a third world war. And then I was like, what? So they all just mixed up. Then Jen tells law enforcement at some point she's like, oh yeah, she said that because, you know, we were talking about World War III. But the way she says it, it's like, dude, why were you scaring your child? Because I was like, yeah, you know, with all the stuff that's going on in Palestine and Israel, like if that doesn't stop, there's going to be a World War III and like nobody's going to survive. Well, yeah, of course, Maddie wants to go live in the woods. I mean, it's either the woods and you
Or Stefan.
yeah, you are fucking Stefan or Palestine and Israel in World War III. My God, what kind of a world are you creating for this child? You dumb
I would have took World War III too.
I would have taken the woods any day. 13, fuck yeah, sign me up. Hope Smokey the Bear's there. Forest fires are scary. So,
Yeah, okay. So I didn't know that, and so I was just wondering. I was like, I wonder if they hadn't just like conjured this up, if like it's just a ploy, is to, you know what I'm saying, just to try to make everyone believe that. Well, she had to go in the woods because that's what she said she was going to do. You know what I'm saying? They've lied about everything else. So
yeah, totally. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now,
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Kylie, hey, wait, let me just ask guilty of crime, or maybe you know too. Was there more body cam footage that like came out like just today, or people were talking about just today, that involved Stephanie? Like, I know what, when I was over at your channel earlier, Jay, you were talking, and Jay's channel is Guilty of Crime. You've been checked out. It's great. She's done a lot of work on this case. We love Jay. You were talking about that now Jen lives over at Stephanie's. And so what's that all about? Because if that exists too, we want to check that out too. But I just
Okay.
a while ago. Go ahead.
Okay, so wait, say that. What was that last question? Say that one more time.
Okay.
Just your bottom question on that. I heard everything, but
Okay. Is there additional body cam footage that maybe somebody got today and came out like on YouTube today that it has
that would be breaking news to me.
involved? Yeah.
That if there was, I mean, I could look, but
okay, maybe
somebody would have to answer that in chat because that is something that I'm not aware of.
Okay.
Does anybody know? I did. Now, what we're watching right now is the latest thing that I've seen.
Right. Or yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Jay says maybe that. Okay. Jay says if there were more body cam that shows that, I would send it over to you. But her car was seen in front of Stephanie's house with red tape on the car from the crime scene. Gotcha. Okay. And then Jay goes on to say, "You're such a
Stephanie's the sister, correct?"
Stephanie is the sister. Yeah.
Okay. You know, I thought.
Find her to
I'm going to be honest with you. For a minute, I thought you were calling Stefan's Stephanie. So I got confused for a second, and I was all on board about, with that. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
Connection. And then Jay from Guilty
Yeah, her hideout.
Yeah. That Jen Soto does live with Stephanie. There is no other body cam footage on. Thank you, Jay. Good. Because I was just probably going to run around like a chicken with my head cut off, and it was going to be on video for everyone to see. So thank you for preventing me from doing that. That's good. Thank you. That was a good one. Hi, Jody. Welcome. How are you doing? Great to see you, Annie. So what are you thinking, Kylie? What are your thoughts? I mean,
I do have a running theory right now, but I think that first and foremost, I think the thing that I can for sure say is that I do believe that she had guilty knowledge after the fact, at the very least.
Absolutely.
And I think that's just based off of what we know of Stefan and who he is. The dude is not going to be cleaning up his own messes.
Right.
And also, too, he certainly, I think he's going to want to implicate her immediately. And I can see even how he would justify it to her, how he would, and as far as Jen's knowledge of the CSAM, for me, my bottom line on that is she did know about it. And that's aside from that, I do believe that she, at the very least, was told immediately by Stefan that something happened.
That's where the very strict, well-recited heavy to the
And
transcript comes from.
well, and also too how he presented it to her. I could see it even just like if you're not going to go like he's not going to go full in and tell her exactly. He can lie to her within the lie, and what he would use would be the medication. Because I don't know if I know that this is something that is in evidence. But whatever information we've been given so far, there was a statement given, I think, by Jen in one of her interviews, and it's the one that she has with William J. with the district attorney.
Okay.
The compelled interview.
Yeah.
She says that there was an instance where she called poison control because she thought that and am I like allowed to say like overdose? Like I'm just saying it like can I as far as like medication stuff, like what because I kind of want to get into that for a second.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so basically how he tells her that something happens. They both say that they're the ones that disperse the medicine. There's text between them, where there's something about I gave Maddie too much. She calls poison control, and like I want to know if like there's actual concrete evidence that she did call poison control because she says it to in her interview. In her official statement, she says that she calls. And I would be I don't know if anybody's deep dived that, but like, I would be very interested to know if that was an actual call that was made and like how that works. And like, if that is something that someone's able to somehow get that, like, is there like some public record of it, but because to me, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So go back to like the day that it happened. So like the dude needs her in order to pull off even the crap job that he did to like, hide her. So he tells her that he accidentally gives her too much. And that's what happens. And he guilts Jen immediately and implicates her by telling her, but then also says to her, it doesn't matter if it was you or not. You're the mother. You're going to get in trouble. Like he could easily sway her in that way. Like, it doesn't matter if you were the one that gave it to her or not. Like, you're her mother. You're going to be charged just as much, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So he immediately tells her, I personally believe that it actually happened all on the bottom floor. And I have a lot of reasons for that. I do believe that I think that room number 4 is a red herring. And I've always thought to myself, especially with Jen, she is not stupid. She's sneaky.
She's not. She unfortunately.
These people are my age, and I just feel like I have like a little insight too. Because I know that's weird to say, but like, just like I just know who they are in a generational standpoint, how they became who they are. I mean, I could not empathize, but I can understand it. So, anyways, I could see how. He tells her, this is what happens, you're in trouble too. Yeah. So I think that she knows when she says that I think Jen knows how bad it sounds when she says that she sent them up to the room, upstairs to room number 4. She knows that sounds really bad, but in my mind, I think that what really happened is much worse. And whatever that was that happened did happen on the bottom floor. I mean, even the CSAM that we know to be in evidence says that the background is the bottom floor. All the roommates are upstairs. The only people downstairs are Jen and Maddie and Stefan. So I'm sorry, like I have so much, like my mind goes crazy with this because Jen is just another one that makes me so upset. But
Kelly, like,
yeah.
No, I was gonna say I agree. One thing that makes me agree with that is, how when they found Maddie didn't have but the one crock on.
That is the one piece of evidence I hold on to.
Yeah. Right. In the picture,
why would it be down in that room? It's because
it's in Jen's bedroom.
Jen's not stupid, but she's also stupid at the same time. Like I can see like it was that's an oops. Like it just
Right.
might have
Oh my
fallen
God, I
off of
thought that. I
her.
picked that up.
That just fell off.
Wait. So wait, I'm sorry. I was just talking to my son for a minute. Hey, Cole, here, come here because I can't plug it in up here because my mic's plugged in there. Just taking my phone. He's taking everything I got, including my phone. It's my last possession. It's going to my son. Everybody here. I'm not going to throw it. It's an iPhone. Okay, sorry. So okay, you're like something more terrible happened. Whoa, okay, I'm putting on my seatbelt. So then what happened that was more terrible on the first floor?
So what I think when she says that, oh, I sent them upstairs to room number 4, think about it in Jen's mind. That's Jen trying to distance herself as much as possible from what happened. And the only place in that house that Jen as a mother technically wouldn't necessarily be able to like see or hear where it happened would be in the only vacant room upstairs on that floor. But that is where all the other people were who also heard things. And the thing, there's a big piece of evidence that a lot, I don't know, we do, Jay's in here, Jay has talked about this on her show. One of the roommates talking about hearing a power tool and like, him banging away upstairs. Why the heck would he be doing that? That to me sounds like, look over here, something's going on right here, not downstairs. Like that to me
I thought
is
that would be like when he was putting the lock on the door up there.
yeah, like it just seems like so convenient to me when all the other evidence points to it, all of it always happening downstairs.
Right. All the
Jen, when
pictures
she
are.
says she sends them upstairs, it's because Jen is a coward and it happened downstairs, and that's the closest place to her as a mother that could possibly, like I'm a
Right.
single mother of a daughter. I don't even need to explain why this irks me on so many levels. And for other reasons too, like even just like the victim or survivor standpoint, like that is not an excuse. I have the right to say that. That's not an
Right.
excuse. Like, I'm sorry.
No.
So it's, if anything, she should have been more hyper vigilant. Like, shame on you. Like, I have no problem saying that.
Yeah, no.
Like, shame on you.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm sorry. But so, yeah, I do think it happened all on the bottom floor. And then, so also, too, he can't technically use his phone for GPS. And she even implicates in one of her interviews, the soft room interviews, she says, the guy, she calls him out. She's like, the guy is stupid. He has no sense of direction.
Right.
Okay, so, and I believe that. I actually believe her when she says that. Okay, so then think of it that way. So technically he knows he cannot use his phone for GPS, and he is not the one that's from that area. That is Jen's hometown, not Stefan. Stefan is from a different area. So Jen is going to know the area. She's going to know the places that have quote unquote lakes with gators,
Right.
which is like one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Oops. Wait, everyone's up.
Sorry, my phone. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Lakes with gators, lakes with gators. Oh my gosh, when I heard her say that, my jaw was on. If that is not a clear indication that this woman knew exactly what he was trying, what happened and what Stefan was trying to do when he was taking her car, going on 192 or whatever the heck it is. Like, seriously, dude, like she's literally telling you like what they were talking about in the 12 minutes that he had to come back. Because first of all, she goes to, oh, like my roommate's like earliest roommate leaves at 7:45. Like she says exactly when the roommate leaves, which is like 7:40 something. Stefan left like a little bit before that. And she goes, what would have done? If he didn't know like when the roommate was leaving, how is he gonna get
How to get
it
her
was
out.
so crazy. Like she's like literally telling us exactly like he came back for that 12 minutes when he said he went to like get his clicker. Like that was, I'm like, okay, like she had to tell him, you can either go to this place, you can go to this place, or you can go to this place. And I can even see a scenario. She's like, don't tell me exactly where you put her, because then it'll like seem like I don't really know. But
Either way,
I
you're
think
gonna
Jen
have
is
time to
sneaky.
kill.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Jen is sneaky. Like I can see her being like, okay, there's like these are your three options. You can go this way, and like he
But there's
probably doesn't have any sense of direction. He's probably like, oh, how am I gonna get there? Who knows? She could have given him a piece of paper, written it down for him. Like he left with Maddie because they knew that the roommate was leaving, and then she said, then come back with her, and then we can like figure out where you're gonna go. Like I know this woman. I mean, allegedly, in my opinion. I know this woman knew at the very least after the fact. I don't know if I do have scenarios and theories, and I know it's very sensitive, like in regards to, the pregnancy. I do see pregnancy being a motive for both Stefan and Jen, whether
Oh, yeah.
Maddie was or not. Like even if they just thought that she was, that's a motive for both Jen and Stefan. And
Well, those coins, Maddie sent a text about those parenting coins. That was like icing on the cake with me.
I mean, you cannot
How do
deny
you,
like
right? How do
pieces
you,
of evidence
yeah.
like that, and these are coming from official documents, So we can only speculate on it.
Since we're going there with the pregnancy, I want to get your guys' response from this part.
I'm sorry, I'm talking everybody's ear off, but I have so much to say about Jen. Gets me going.
Kylie, we want you. I want you to talk. I love it. It's great. It's wonderful. So wait, I just got to find it, but I want your response to this. Sherry, do this part. No. Fuck you. No, I'm the more concerned roommate. Her Christmas money's not though, and it's birthday money's not for long.
I'm missing one of my earbuds, and this happens to me at least once a week, and it's seriously driving me right now. I'm just frantically looking for it everywhere, and just going, running around like a hot mess hairstylist today.
All right, wait, listen.
But as long as everybody can hear me, that's good.
Yeah, we can hear you. Now listen to, can you get, okay, so listen to this, because this is what I want to see what you guys think of. What? Of course. Dude, the freaking police officer, your child is missing, and the police officer says they're trying to look everywhere you can, and you just continue to look down at your phone, go, of course. I would either fucking start crying or punching him or hugging him, but there would be something with extreme emotion there, and there would be for you too, but not for this bitch. Oh. Okay, here we go. So here she launches into the script here. Okay, fine. This. And the question is going to be about the repetition of her use of the word periods here in reference apparently to Maddie's school bells, and some places call them bells, some places call them periods. I did go and listen to again all of her teachers and counselors interviews. Okay, all of them did call the classes at Maddie's school a period at some point, but they all did as well interchange the word period with class or subject, time, or word that described the subject, class, time that may have happened within a period that wasn't period. So go ahead, and we're going to listen to this for about 3 minutes. I want to know what you think. Or maybe 2, I don't know, something like that. I just made that up. We're going to listen to it for a bit till I stop it.
Okay. And yes, I already have lots to say.
You already know that. Okay, so that was just, I mean, that was a lot of periods and it was a 42-second span of time. She said periods 9 times. Periods. I don't know. Somebody brought it to my attention that like another channel, not Plunder, I can't remember who it was, had mentioned that, and then I heard Plunder talking about it, and then I listened to it and it really stood out to me, but I was already put in my head. So I just want to know what you guys thought about that.
Well, I mean, always had a lot of, as soon as I've heard about the attendance policy there, like I guess the Karen in me came out, I was like, I was appalled by it, first and foremost. I couldn't believe, I actually thought Jen was BSing when she said that the school didn't contact her once Maddie wasn't at school.
Right.
Because I feel like that, I don't know, to me, I just think that, like, if my daughter didn't show up to, like, school, I would want to know, like, just, like, shoot me a text or email and say, hey, like, your daughter isn't in this period.
Right.
Why isn't she finding out until, like, 6 o'clock that night? Like, that, and from my understanding, that was the standard or protocol, or I heard, and this is like all like rumored that I've just heard, through like whatever.
I tried to see if there was a state mandate for contacting parents if your child's not in attendance, because in New York State there is, and you must call within it's like 90 minutes after the school day begins, and they do without fail every time, all the time. I have a child of my own. I've worked with hundreds, maybe more than that, of teens in New York State, and without fail, we do it every time. And if you don't, you get in big trouble. But I could not find anywhere on the books in Florida that is a Florida state law, because it is a New York state law. But then again, Florida's a little wacky. So any of you Floridians, do you know if it's a law in Florida? I don't know. Go ahead.
Anything goes in Florida. That's my thing. And Florida, I love you. Honestly, like I have to like have my little like disclaimer, but I'm like born and raised Chicagoland, Illinois and whatever. But I also like the whole thing is, and Kelly, you know this because you're the other side of this coin. New Yorkers in Chicagoans always like end up in Florida. So like you'll see like a lot of people from New York and from Chicago.
Yeah.
But so I do have like actually a lot of family in Florida, and I have great aunts that live down there that have been down there for many, many years, probably longer there than even here. And for me, Florida has been like a second,
Here we go. Thank you, Julia.
a second home state. because I am there. Well, my parents at this point live there, and I am there visiting once a year, like all my life, my entire life. So I know the state very well. I know the people very well. Like I'm understanding of it, but you know, as I say, anything goes in Florida, man. And so Florida be a little wacky. And so my grandmother, like she's like Sicilian, Chicago, like she did live down there like for half of the year, like, you know, many years, like her and my papa would, you know, go like half, they were snowbirds as we call them.
Yeah.
And she would always say to me, like, you know, Kai, like it gets, you know, too damn hot down here. Like people get nuts. Like people get crazy down here. So like, I mean, Florida is what Florida is. So like there is like this part of that too. Like this case, I had a point of that rant. But like, you know, like there is like, come on, Florida, like really? This what's happening right now?
I know.
It's just so hot. It's just so hot down there.
Yeah.
It makes people do crazy things.
Yeah, no, it does. But so what do you guys think about? I mean, Pepper, did you think that was weird how many times she said period, or do you think that was just like how they refer to the classes there?
I don't know. I think it's weird, but then again, I think almost everything Jen says and does is weird.
Yeah.
Just like I thought that it was weird how she, you know, told the officer that she had 2 pregnancy tests underneath her sink, but yet had literally just told him that her and Stefan hadn't been sexually active.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so then why did you have them? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, that's something I have never kept. I purchased when needed.
Right.
Barely
You don't
ever.
just keep them laying around.
You know, they're not like tampons.
Right. And
Right.
it's just like
But maybe some people
Virginia.
do. I don't know. Maybe some people do. I mean, that's just, but yeah, I definitely, yeah.
It's not something I keep stashed. I'll be honest. I mean, but again, to each their own. So I mean, I'm not like that whole thing with Jen, like the whole pregnancy test thing is hard. That's hard to say. You can't really.
That is hard to say. I agree.
That's like that's like a very
weird.
but it is weird. Like it's like, is it something that they would be able to use in court? I don't know. But I mean, it's something that definitely is intriguing. Especially too, just the way she responded to the question more than anything, but like just the way Jen responds to everything is weird and suspect. So hate to say it.
Yeah, she did that to herself.
Okay, but I have to just say, whatever clip you just played, I did not hear
I
any
couldn't
of that.
either. I'm glad you said that because I couldn't hear it either.
Oh
no.
I was wondering. The first time
I was just going off on you know, the attendance policy at the school because I didn't know where I was going with that. But that, you know what, like I couldn't hear it. So then you just said something that made me realize, oh, okay, I get it.
I felt
the
like
attendance is the same way here in Virginia, though.
Okay, I get it. Oh, all right. Wait, I wonder why that was strange. Here, let me try again and see if it works or not. Okay, let me just press play and see if. Wait, did I bring it in? Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh,
there's.
Well, let me know if you can hear the audio.
The blob, the baked potato.
Up in Orange County.
Up in Orange County.
Okay.
And then at that point, that's when all the questions.
You hear Jen Soto talking?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear her and see her, unfortunately, but yes, I can.
Okay, so did you hear her?
Okay, now.
Okay, let me go back.
Now we can listen. Listen.
Okay, this will make a lot more sense. I didn't know. Nobody. Oh, that must have been my fault. Then I'm like, why is nobody responding?
Hey, I'm not afraid to say it. Once I figured it out, it took me a minute.
Okay, I know. I was like, something's not. I couldn't figure it out though because I thought you heard. Okay.
I went to the school to pick her up at the end of the day.
Okay.
And she never came outside. I drove away thinking maybe she walked to my mom's office because sometimes she'll do that if I can't pick her up. And my mom's office is less than, what would you say, half a mile away?
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Something like that.
She would get there School ends at 4:04. She would get there by 4:35 the latest. She never got there by 4:35. I started driving around. I went back to the school. The school was closed.
Melissa screamed she could maybe walk to her grandma's house, but that's a lot further.
When the school was closed, I realized something was wrong. I called and I said, "Hey, did you see Maddie today? Or is she with you? Because I can't find her." And she said, "No, she never made it to first or second period." And I said, "What do you mean? I dropped her off at school." And she's like, "She never made it to school." And I said, "Can you please check with the rest of your friends, see if she made it to any of her other periods?" At this point, I messaged her teachers directly, and I asked if any of them saw her. 2 of them responded to me. One of them told me she didn't make it to his period, and he also checked her attendance for the rest of the day. She never made it to any of her periods. This is when I knew something was truly wrong, because she was dropped off by him close to the school. She should have.
Okay, so that was the periods. So that's what I was trying to have you guys listen to.
It's all making sense.
Yeah. Okay, there you
We got this, ladies.
So what do you think of that now that you heard it?
Okay, well, the thing that stands out to me the most with that clip is her cadence. It literally sounds like she's going off a list of how she memorized, like ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-na, and then she's it's like she's going down this list. This is how she's memorized this.
Well, yes,
it's like a list in her head. And you can actually hear it in the way she's telling it. It is insane.
So that goes back to I made the list into something that was a little better, but it's not here. So that goes back to what we were talking about of the most accurate signs of guilty, like the kind of you're in deep guilty knowledge deception. It is repeating.
This is textbook, ladies.
Over and over, speaking in sentence fragments, explaining things in strict chronological order.
Yep, it's the list.
Repeating a rehearsed script. Failing to provide the details when challenged, failing to give a straightforward response to a yes/no question. Grooming behavior, such as playing with your hair or pressing your fingers into your lips. It can also be fingertips or palms. I said it can be your face, your body. It all works. Physical changes that indicate flight or fight response, like increased sweating, muscle tension, restlessness, and fidgeting or rocking back and forth.
It's incredible. And you can actually see her if you're watching her. You can see her actually, her eyes, like she's almost makes physical gestures, like she's like her eyes are looking like she's like reading it. It's like she's just textbook. So it's pretty astounding, actually.
Yeah, totally.
It really is.
Absolutely. It totally is. Yeah, Carrie, I'll put the link to panel again up. You can come on up, absolutely, girl. So
come on
Kelly, I'm gonna call it a night, Kelly.
Thank you so much, Pepper. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you,
Pepper.
I love, I love what you had to say, and thank you so much for everything. You're smart.
Oh, no problem.
Insight.
And I'll see you at the next live. You guys have a good weekend.
Definitely. See you then. Thank you, sweetheart.
All right, bye.
Bye, sweetie. Okay. And then Carrie, I just put the link up too if you want to come up. And the side, so Julia Turner says the side tells her line. Julia Turner also was it allegedly justified, provided the name of the creator that I couldn't think of earlier, that was the one who did the FOIA request that got this video in the first place. I think it was allegedly justified, right? Yeah. And
yes, that sounds right.
I think I may have also referred to her another time where I was trying to give someone credit but didn't know exactly who it was. Maybe she was saying it was allegedly justified too. So like allegedly justified, guys, thank Allegedly Justified for helping us out here and getting more material and information on the search for justice for Maddie. So thank you, Allegedly Justified. And I'll put the link in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have to say that what stands out to me, there's this about 30-second pause, and it's when she's showing her phone to the text messages to the cop.
Right.
And her, I truly like all I can look at, like I know everybody's like trying to look at what are the text messages, what do they say?
Right.
And I just am watching Jen's face.
I
And
know.
she's like staring off into nothing.
She doesn't
And
give a
she
shit
kind
about
of,
the
it's almost like she freezes and it's like a glitch in the matrix. Like it scares me for a second though, because she like stops moving. She like freezes and she's just looking off into nothing. I don't know why that part out of all of this body cam specifically, because everything else to me, it's like, she's reading the script. I know this script. We all know this script by now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, well, no, but Susan Peterson, she said, oh my God, I thought you're all talking about females' monthly cycles, not which classes they go to.
Oh my God.
We're talking about both.
I mean, we did a little bit of both.
No,
Yeah, I think there was like.
That's my question though. Like when Jen keeps saying period, is she saying that is like a Freudian slip because she's pre-concerned about the Maddie period thing, because that was the issue. So that's
Oh my God. Okay, what's crazy? Can you play that again? Because I cannot hear that. No, please play that again, because I promise you I'm listening to it, but now that's really interesting that you're picking that up, because I'm not, but I want to listen again, because now I'm interested. Yeah, you have to, please.
Oh, allegedly, I'm sorry, it's allegedly speculating. Thank you, Sub Rosa.
Yes.
Allegedly speculating. I'll get it right and provide the link.
I know, I did not hear that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How did I not hear that? No, I can hear it, but you know.
Okay. I guess in my mind, I guess that was, to me, it was like, duh. It was just what I thought of, but maybe it does need a little more context, and maybe it is something. I don't know, but let's listen to it again. So yeah, we're talking.
Please, because now I'm intrigued.
Now she's talking about Maddie's classes, but is this a double entendre, slip of the tongue? You know, is she really thinking about?
Oh, okay. I got you.
Because it's
okay. Let's listen to it again.
Listen again. 3 times the charm.
I'm
curious. Come up if you want. I put the come up. Let me bring this in. There you go.
Her up at the end of the day, and she never his car.
Okay.
Which is normal for her to ask to be.
Like now, the play and tell begins. Just imagine it. You're sitting in those awful seats. The red curtain opens, and you're like, "Oh shit! I didn't really want to come here. Can't believe I'm here again watching this." Here we go, watching the script roll out.
Supposed to. She was dropped off close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way because she was embarrassed by his car.
Okay.
Which is normal for her to ask to be.
It's an image thing.
Right.
Fuck you, Stearns.
But never made it.
Good question, Sabrosa.
I went to the school to pick her up at the end of the day, and she never came outside. I drove away thinking maybe she walked to my mom's office, because sometimes she'll do that if I can't pick her up. And my mom's office is less than, what would you say, half a mile away?
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Something like that.
She would get there. School ends at 4:04. She would get there by 4:35 the latest. She never got there by 4:35. I started driving around. I went back to the school. The school was closed.
Most screamed she could maybe walk to her grandma's house, but that's a lot further.
When the school was closed, I realized something was wrong. I called and I said, "Hey, did you see Maddie today? Or is she with you? Because I can't find her." And she said, "No, she never made it to first or second period." And I said, "What do you mean? I dropped her off at school." And she's like, "She never made it to school." And I said, "Can you please check with the rest of your friends, see if she made it to any of her other periods?" At this point, I messaged her teachers directly, and I asked if any of them saw her. 2 of them responded to me. One of them told me she didn't make it to his period, and he also checked her attendance for the rest of the day. She never made it to any of her periods. This is when I knew something was wrong, because she was
a lot of periods
by him close to the school. She should have made it to school. At that point, that's when I called 911. This was around 4:35, 4:40. Police did not show up till 7.
Okay, so that was the periods.
Okay, that's really fascinating. And I was kind of trying to watch Stefan's body language during all that too, and he kind of looks away every time she says it, which is just interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
That is very interesting to think about it from that perspective. I mean, I was just trying to think too. I was like, well, I think that it would be common maybe to say like call it a period too, but like, is it something that people normally say? I don't know. It feels like it was a lot. But even the way she said it, yeah.
Listen to all the teachers and the counselors talk, and while all of them did call their class the period that Maddie went to, they also called it like by the subject name. They called it like the bell. They called it the class time. They did say period in the very beginning when they were identifying themselves, but then they interchanged it with other words. And I don't know if I heard any of them say period again.
Yeah, that's one of those that blew my mind moments tonight. Because that is really interesting to think of it that way. And why not think of it that way, especially like the amount of times these two say time to kill. It actually gets embarrassing.
Yeah,
it's like, really, dude, is that what you're gonna say right now? That's out of all the things you're gonna say time to kill.
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
Come on.
It is really crazy, man. It is. What do you think?
Rosa is cracking me up in chat right now. I agree. Here. She knows where all that went. Yep, agreed.
Oh wait, Carrie, sorry, come back up. I just need to click you back on from back.
Come on up. I'm definitely getting like whatever like this week's flavor of influenza is, because I have like a preschool aged child, and we're like always like we're getting it good this season as far as like whatever sickness, and I can like hear it in my voice too. So come on up, so give me a little break.
Right, totally. And Julia asked, how would they know that her laptop was powered off instead of just the Wi-Fi being off? Well, it's such a great question. So since we know that by the time they talked about it, Stefan Stearns had already chucked it into the dumpster with her bag and some paint.
Threw a bunch of paint over it.
Exactly.
Like stupid little figurine paint, whatever that.
His little figurine, his Warhammer figurine sprinkled on him. So the
cool,
reason that the laptop was powered off instead of the Wi-Fi being off is, well, that suited their purpose just fine. Well, obviously, if it's off, then nobody can get a hold of her. We know nobody can get a hold of her because, well, I killed her, or we killed her, or oh my God.
It's funny, like I think it's like one of the sisters goes, because Jen likes to shut any possibility. Jen shuts down. So, well, we did this and this didn't work, and we tried that and that didn't work. And the cop goes like, he's like, oh well, wouldn't the laptop be traceable? And Jen's like, oh, I don't think so. And like the sister immediately is like, yeah, it would be. Of course it would be. And Jen's like, oh really? Like and you can see her like thinking in her mind like, oh shit, like.
Totally.
They did remember about the laptop. Good thing Stefan chucked it in the dumpster that's literally right next to the flippin' house, you dumbass. Like, how stupid are you?
I know.
But it's ignorant. It's ignorance and arrogance, like all combined in that Stefan, honestly.
I totally agree. I'm going overwhelmingly with arrogance there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. It's an entitlement that is definitely one that I mean, I like, as far as like the Stearns are concerned, I have like this very it's hard. Okay, like I gotta be like, I'm gonna be candid about something. This is so crazy. But out of all, I mean, this is a very horrendous case. This is some heavy shit, excuse my French. And we've heard some pretty heinous stuff and like some really sad things. And and with a lot of these cases, it's obviously, if you have a freaking heart, you're gonna get emotional on something, like. And so the Stearns did give an interview, actually they gave the interview to Hidden True Crime, which is topical because they're on the screen right now. So that was their one and only interview that they gave, and it actually, just listening to them made me cry. I don't know what it was, but I felt bad for them. But also, I just couldn't. It was just like this instinctual thing in me. I just couldn't not. And I just think it is a sad situation all around, and it just sucks that Maddie, that had to be Maddie's mom. It's, it does suck that there was it seemed like it was I don't want to speculate on how much she did cry out for help or not. I don't really know for sure, but it bums me out that she didn't have a safe place, or a safe, somewhere where she felt like she could really truly open up about that. So that really bums me out. But anyways, I don't even know what we were saying. We were talking about. Yeah,
there's so much to talk about.
You guys suck. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna arrest Jen Soto. I don't know. That's the big topic for this case too. Is she? I know. And we've seen crazier things, right?
I don't hear anything but, because it breaks my heart. I can't deal with that reality.
I mean, we've seen crazier things, Kelly, and also I think at this point we're a little hardened to that reality, unfortunately. There's some other cases that we have the same feelings about. So it's I try not to, in a perfect world, yeah, of course, I want her to be the redeeming, the redemption for Orange County from the curse of Casey Anthony, but
it's not about redemption or anything, but for real. And I know we have those bad feelings, but guys, I really do feel with this one, if Florida doesn't do something, guys, we cannot accept that. It's not redemption. It's not always happening.
I know, and I'm being facetious with that, but honestly, it's insane.
No, it's as people who must be an integral part of our justice system. If we want it to work for us, we cannot accept this. We seriously cannot. Not on this one. Not on what she allowed.
She's not offering much, in my opinion. I truly, how do they not have a case without her? We have 3,000 hard pieces of evidence, to back that up, and then some. Why do they need her? She's given them nothing. Exactly. She's given them the script. Right. And the script sucks, guys. It's boring. We don't like it.
No, boo.
So, yeah, boring, next. So that's how I feel about the script. But anyways.
I know. But you know what?
Carrie, come on up.
Well, I think I'm going to actually wrap up, because I'm going on 2 hours and 40 minutes now. I always say I'm going to make these less than 90 minutes. I don't think it's ever going to happen, not once. But
Idaho 4 will do that to you too. I know, you went long last night as well. I mean, there's a lot going on. These cases will do that. They take it out of you. So I get it.
They will. But yeah, I know. But you get some good rest. I'm already.
You too, everybody. Thank you.
Kylie, thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you so much. I always love
anytime, Kelly.
I love your passion for these cases and your perspective. Give your
justice for Madeline Soto. Beautiful, beautiful angel.
Yeah, I know. Poor Maddie. Florida, don't fuck this up. I'm gonna be pissed.
Come on, Florida. You can do this.
I see you. I see Michael Ward. I see Jen Soto. Oh, look, two are in the same place. I'm coming for you, Florida. I hope they do the right thing. I really do. Oh my God.
You got this, guys.
Oh, Justice Carey's coming up. So let me come. I do want to say, Oh, okay. I do want to let Carrie say hi and say hi to Carrie and see what her
I'm
thoughts
gonna
are.
say hi, but I'm jumping off still. I'm gonna say hi though. Hi Carrie. I'm
Hi.
tagging you in. Okay,
I just
go.
popped up to say hi, and I'm sorry that I didn't make it in this live. I just want to say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, no,
I was listening.
awesome. No worries at all. But
And I loved everything that you had to say, both of you actually. But I'm
Well,
when it comes to
if
this
you put a
case,
quarter, yeah,
I
exactly. If I will keep going and going, I'm gonna get off though again.
all
Good night.
right. Well, I'll see you next time.
have a
Bye,
good
girls.
night. I'm still here, Carrie.
Oh, okay.
If you
I
want,
did love everything that she had to say, but every time I went to go on, like I felt like it wasn't the right time, and then I was like, well, let me see if I can have an avatar so I don't look like this little gray white thing. And then I was just like,
you usually have a great picture up on YouTube.
huh? I'm sorry.
You usually have a great picture on YouTube, don't you?
I know. And like when I go to try and put it on, it kept knocking me out. So I was trying to, so what I was just doing now, and then I heard her say, I wish Carrie was on or something like that. I'm like, oh shit. So, but, I guess I can log into StreamYard. I don't know. StreamYard's weird, but,
Tell me about it.
I don't know. I'm here. This is,
I'm just trying. Oh wait, oops. I'm sorry. I was trying to see if I could add an avatar. Oh my god.
I mean,
Um,
I thought I could, like, but I don't know. I'm like scared to touch anything.
Are you in the backstage? Or do you see a mic with like the 3 dots next to it in your little square?
Yeah, more.
Oh, well, click more.
I did.
Oh,
Now what?
I don't know. Doing
Settings, camera.
settings or settings or camera.
Well, we
Probably
don't.
camera. They'll probably allow you to use that in avatar. Yeah, I think so. One of those.
Well,
Or you know
anyway, so how
what?
did you watch?
If you wanted to, when I on this live stream, you can just stay backstage there and work it from there, but you won't
Update my little.
you won't really be on anywhere, but you'll be in an active. You'll be in StreamYard, so you can do it
I mean,
without.
it's kind of cute like that. How do I make like a duck or anything? Oh, you know what? Okay, wait. Just stay there for one moment, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Don't move. Don't move 1 second.
Oh my gosh. Oh, take care of yourself, Kylie. I know. I could tell. Yeah, I know.
Kylie, I loved everything that you said. And I wish that I could have been there with you, but you're doing a good job. So,
Yeah, it's all
okay,
good.
so I did it. So why? Oh, apply. I'm an idiot.
Oh, I know. It's like
Okay, I got it.
I
I
always
think.
forget to press the last button. I go, shit. I thought I was live stream scheduled for 8 weeks. It's scheduled for like 8 seconds. I'm like, why is no one
All I
doing
had to do was press apply.
it? Oh my god. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Love it. Awesome. There you are. Yay.
I hope it stays forever. I'm kidding.
It will be. It will be. It will be.
I'm gonna make it funny. I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm putting Kermit the Frog up here. I don't give a shit. Check that email about the Idaho 4. It was a bunch of, if you want a quick summary, but I sent you a link and it's only 10 minutes long. So if you want to watch that later or tomorrow, whatever. But yeah,
Okay, cool.
it didn't, nothing happened.
Yeah,
I mean, it's done with.
nothing. Yeah, because yesterday he got to the point where he knew, so there really wasn't anything to be deciphered today.
And it was just a motion or a hearing for Frank's hearing. Even though it was still a mini trial all day today. And then very end, the last 10 minutes were the best 10 minutes. And basically the judge said, if I were to impose like a Frank's hearing, what dates are you guys available? But he didn't say if he was or wasn't. That was that.
You have to end it like that. They always have to end with a scheduling spot, and then they hold it, and then if he rolls a certain way, then it's just removed essentially.
But to save you and to save everybody that is listening, just the last 10, 12 minutes of today is all you need, really.
All right, last 10 or 12 minutes of today's hearing for the Idaho case. Good.
Yeah, and I sent you the link in your email too.
Oh, awesome. I'm definitely gonna watch
All
it.
right. You say warm. I mean, how cold is it?
Well, today, let me tell you. It's 6 degrees right now. It's warm.
6?
Yeah, I mean, at this time, usually the population is like -10.
That's crazy.
I
That's crazy,
know.
crazy.
They're
All
hurt.
right. Well, I hope you guys have a good night. And I think that Kylie did amazing. I was listening and I love her opinion on this. I think Jay and Kylie, I think that and you with the Madeline, I'm just somebody that is
Yeah,
there for funny like background comments.
Kyle follows G too and gets informed a lot by her great work on it too. So yeah.
You guys are invested in it. I'm just there for the commentary about,
I'm just invested for the powers that be that are supposed to be protecting us and especially the most vulnerable among us who we should all be protecting too, to not fuck it up again. That's
yeah,
what
it's
I'm
disgusting. And it's so disgusting. So many people don't even know about this case and they live in Florida.
Yeah.
But anyways, well, you have a good night and good night, everybody.
Yeah.
I'll see you next time.
Good night, Carrie.
Bye.
Thank you for everything. Julia Turner, I'm not picking up on subtleties anymore. So that's why I just said, oh, Carrie, because Julia had said, I don't even know what you asked anymore. Oh my God, duh. I'm reading. Okay, so this is why I gotta go, guys. Julia says, how many images of Maddie on this reptile's phone? Yet, I guess I didn't read the rest of it. I just wanted to give you an answer. Yet, law enforcement arrives to get information from Jen Soto about her missing daughter. She doesn't have any photo ready, nor does she go pull one off a wall. Great point. Now, if I had read that, I just would have been like, great point. But instead, I just said, Julia, over 1,000, thinking she didn't know. We all know how many images he has of poor sweet Maddie on his phone. Disgusting pig. Bubba's coming after you, big boy. Look out. Bubba. Bubba likes boys like you, Stefan. Oh my God. Rhetorical. Rhetorical is usually a concept I understand, but not right now, I guess. So, yeah, Florida, seriously. Florida, get your shit together. Stand Your Ground with Troy Martin, Casey Anthony, so many. Like you were talking about, Kylie, it's crazy. Rourke, leave the thermostat alone. So, Rosie, you're killing me. You're so funny. It's not the thermostat. The thermostat didn't do it. Leave the thermostat alone. Okay, Rourke. That's a cultological fallacy, you dumbass. Glad you passed the bar exam, went to law school. Oh my God. So anyway, guys, I hope everyone has an awesome night. Thank you so much for being here. I should be dropping a video on the Karen Reed case tomorrow, and it's focusing on, now I'm going to be honest, I don't think that I'm focusing a lot on Colin Albert and, oh my God, his freaking friend, Caitlin McCabe, his friend. I made a whole graph for everybody. One of the most important things about this video is if you're not really clear on the relationships of the families in the Karen Reed case that were material that night, I think I did some really good explanatory visuals with a narrative to clear that all up for you. So I was hoping to do that for y'all in the video. But then I just wanted to go into the fascinating testimony and story of Colin Albert and Caitlin McCabe. Now listen, Colin Albert, he was a bang bang punk, right? So if you know, you know, if you don't, if you know, you know, if you don't, watch the video and you'll totally know. You'll be like, oh my God, you'll be hooked just like me. So I really don't think he did anything. I don't think he went there like, I'm gonna beat John O'Keefe's ass. Not at all. If there was a horrible accident that went down that house that they decided it was a good idea to try to cover up as something else and then pin it on Karen Reed, I could certainly believe, and I think he very well might be. In fact, I might be leaning towards this. He is part of that, whatever situation it is. I don't think he went after John O'Keefe. I don't think John O'Keefe got in a fight because he had beef with 17-year-old Colin Albert for freaking walking across his lawn, throwing a beer can on his lawn years ago. I do not think that at all. But here's the interesting thing. So even I'm just gonna say y'all don't think that either, because it doesn't really make any sense. But in a trial, the defense, oh God, I mean, through their questioning just proved Colin Albert was when he was lying a lot, or they bring out in him how the defense was coaching him, and he doesn't seem like the sharpest. I don't know. He doesn't seem like the sharpest tool in my belt here, But that's okay. He's probably got great qualities. I'm sure he does. And he just says too much, and you're like, okay, I get it, right? And he talks about his relationship with Michael Proctor, that God-forsaken, disgusting lead investigator, that state trooper, who, if you were the last Karen Reed Live, that, everybody who doesn't think Karen Reed is guilty, who thinks this is a conspiracy, for the most part, believes that Michael Proctor is responsible for that conspiracy. And we don't know exactly why, but Colin, anyway, Albert was a ring bearer in the lead detective Michael Proctor's sister Courtney's wedding a few years ago, all this stuff. But the important thing that happens when those two testify, because Caitlin McCabe, the Albert and the McCabe family are related because it's brothers who marry. No, it's two sisters. I don't freaking know. I'm confused right now. I have a graph for you. You watch the video and you'll see the graph. Oh my God, I'm getting so tired. Caitlin picks up Colin from the house where John O'Keefe was found in the front yard, even though nobody talked about him being there for like a long time, like a year and a half. Then all of a sudden comes out, she testifies, says, yeah, I went and picked him up. They're very concise. They're hiding a lot of things. She admits that the one thing that, the troopers took from her that wanted from her phone was her text messages with Colin. But then the defense proves that after she says, yeah, I just dropped Colin off and I just went home, she was gallivanting in her car, or at least with her phone out and about, for like another hour and a half. It's just really crazy stuff. There are a lot of things that are proven to be lies when you just look at that scenario. I don't think I'm making much sense right now, but it's pretty interesting. But here's the bottom line, guys. Here's your takeaway. I'm so tired. If you want to know about the relationships between the McCabe's and the Alberts, and then Karen Reed, and all of the people in little small town that does not really tend to breed very good looking folks. Did you guys notice that? If you're wondering how the fuck are all these people related anyway, why do they all talk like that? I don't know why they talk like that, but I do know how they're all related. And I do know all the little scandals that are behind all of those relationships. A soap opera could not rewrite that, even that little part of the story, even without like the, really big scandalous stuff. It's really crazy stuff. So I tried to break it down and spell it all out for you. Chris Watt's a little stupid. And if you want to say it, if you want to say it, I will. Chris Watt's level stupid. It's that bad. Colin, you're talking about. Oh my God. The entire trial. I just finished listening to the entire trial. Wait, are you talking about the Karen Reed trial? Oh my God, her energy is terrifying when she was on the stand. Yeah, for sure. Not very easy on the eyes, are they? No. Oh my God. The aliens from that movie, Jen McCabe, Uncanny. Listen, guys. I don't know. I got to the end of it. All these witnesses just kept coming up on the stand. I was like, I don't know. Are these the Amish? I guess we don't believe in makeup. And then I was like, no, they're not. They're from Boston. The accent is clear. And then I was like, why? Are they also? No, I don't know. I thought maybe they were going for like a downplayed look. Because Karen Reed, wears makeup. She dresses very nicely. She's slender. If she were, I just feel like walking around among these people, she must have had head spinning, whether you think she's like pretty or not, or just she like, you know, she had a put together look. No, not the rest of the people in Canton. No, not at all. No. Have I gone into Michael Proctor's wife? Well, I'm just going there a little bit right now, starting in this video. She's another treat. They're all treats. They're all a bunch of fucking miserable, ugly people. Like, seriously, I really don't think that of groups of people, and I definitely don't say it out loud. Shit, I probably shouldn't have, but I just did. So fine. It's weird, just weird. Oh, I know. But the big question is, okay, so if Colin, you know, wasn't the one that was like, oh, I'm going to go beat John McKee's, or, you know, John McKee's ass and accidentally murdered him, then why did all these families that are entangled get all their kids involved? Because when you listen to Colin and Caitlin Cade testify, and then you watch the defense attorneys freaking just like tear that shit apart, turn to chicken salad, turn to Albert McCabe salad, super meaty. You know, you're like, why, man? Why? I don't think these kids like did the really bad thing. Why'd y'all get them involved? Because clearly they didn't have to be, but now they are because of all of the lies. Why? And unless these people are god ugly, like miserable, and I don't know, they have literally no logic, there has to be an answer to the question why. And I want to know what that is. Ew, gross. Ugh, I really was enjoying your comments until now, but it just made me want to throw up. Zabrosa, who says, I think they were all getting into each other's wives by the sound of things. Thank you for using the word into. That really hit home for me. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Oh my God. Their eyes are bulging out, teeth have teeth, etc. Oh my God. And then they're getting out gross. Oh my God, it's wrong. All I know is I'm never going to get Massachusetts, man. If even because I don't want to drink the water or breathe the air, no chance. I don't want any, whatever they got, I don't want any of that. None of it. Nothing. No, none. Nope. Wow. Oh no. Oh my God. Is this with the McCabe, Albert, like Reed's case stuff? Kylie says, actually, there's some stuff that just happened this week that I could talk about that I just saw. They don't even care anymore about hiding it anymore. It's just the wild, wild west out there. Oh no. Oh, God. I know. It's like the eye bulging teeth have teeth, like, you know, total corruption, wild, wild west. Where they enjoy throwing their kids under the bus. That's the part I don't get. That confuses me. So that's why I wanted to focus on that. And I also like to say bang, bang. And all the other words. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. God forbid it snows in Canton. Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah, there are some donkey gums, Rosa, that's for sure. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not the only person who's having these thoughts. Oh my God. Yeah, they don't drink the water, they just drink the hard stuff, apparently. And we all know what hard stuff they drink because the first thing freaking the state asks them when they get up on the stand, each and every one of them is what they drink, and they all answer. Oh my God. So weird. So weird. It's funny. Oh man. It's crazy. Okay, so Uh-huh. Oops. Sorry, I'm reading your comments. I actually think I just dozed off for a minute. Then I opened my eyes and read your comments. That's how tired I am. Okay, so I'm just gonna read these like 3 comments. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think so too, Kylie. Yeah, I think so too. But then again, I ask, why did they get their kids involved? Because I think ultimately in that situation, like Colin was a minor. So say he was there and I don't know, somehow, involved in a way where it wasn't like, I don't know. Why? I just feel like, why did the parents not protect the kids? Why did they get them so involved to the point where they would get up on a stand in, nationally or for, I don't know where it's being televised, court and lie and then be called out and, get impeached on the stand, ruin their reputation. I mean, yeah, employers really don't want to hire you now, you fucking loser liar that doesn't do anything but drink, bulging eyes, tooth growing out of teeth. Good luck. That part does not make sense to me. The younger people are, well, some of the younger people are as ugly. Take that back. Colin and Caitlin aren't the worst of it. Oh, the bird. I know. I know. I am aware of that case. I know some of the story of it, and I am, I probably very basically familiar with the scandals and yeah, it's also complicated, man. I'm going back to Watts Island. I gotta go, man. I'm going back to Watts Island. Things get too hard out here. It's giving me a headache. Going back to Watts Island where it's safe and I know everything. Bye. Maybe. You never know. Oh my gosh. Are you talking about the Reed case? See, that's the thing, because Edward thinks he's going to be all smart and think he's going to go find like a video documentary or something. Edward, don't you think if a video or documentary could be made that would sum up this fascinating crime shit show, I would have done it already? It's not possible. It comes in like 18 parts and they're all like at least 9.5 hours long. Because trust me, when you start like looking into it a little more, because you won't be able to stop. Eventually, maybe some people spread it across an entire lifetime from age like whatever, I don't know, they get into it really early, 11 until their dying day. Let's say, I don't know, they're going to die at 95. Why not? That's a good, nice, long life, at least for now. I'm going to have them live it that long. So that means that they were, 79 years. What were they doing for 79 years? I don't even know. Contributing to the corruption in this case. So yeah. Good night, anaphylaxis. I'm going to follow your sensibility. Oh God, Judith, guys. Oh, Honey Bun shared with me a case, a very special case. A case of victims, right? There were 2 victims whose lives were taken and one who was a victim, but it was a little different, right? And then I can't even think of the right word for it. We're gonna call the perpetrator right now, but oh boy, that doesn't even do it. The person's name is Judith Neely. And Honey Bun, without giving me a trigger warning or anything, oh Honey Bun, if the medium through which we were speaking to each other that night were YouTube, or if I were YouTube and you didn't give me a trigger warning, the rest of your world will be fucked up for the rest of your life because they would never forgive you. It was horrible. When she told me what happened, I just stopped and I was like, I can't believe I will have that in my mind for the rest of my life now. And I have some really horrible things in my head. Don't we all? It's really bad. So yeah, we do have to, yeah. Yeah, the 13-year-old girl. Yeah, right. Yes. So on that positive note, thanks again, Honey Bun. I'm just kidding. But obviously I'm totally loopy. So I love y'all. And I will see you soon. So I just want to let you know, if you were looking for clarification on those complex relationship in the Karen Reed case, I'm Tomorrow Saturday. Probably more like tomorrow Sunday. I should be able to get out tomorrow Sunday. So be looking for that. And I love y'all. And remember, life is hard. Oh my gosh, as we've given many examples about tonight. So please be kind to one another, unless you're the other that I'm talking about in a universal sense happens to, in a particular sense, be more akin to a like Stefan Stearns or a Jen Doe, and then just fuck that bitch up and be nice to yourself because you deserve it. But they don't. They don't. Oh, contraire, Edward. You know what? Finally, for the first time, I got one up on you. I'm right, you're wrong. Today is Saturday. Oh, weird time frame. Oh, he's in a different time zone. Today is Saturday for Meeks is 12:45. You're fine. All right, love you guys. I'll see you soon. Justice for Maddie. We love you, Maddie. Sorry that you weren't treated better while you were here on Earth.